that daily dose of positivity is what we give you in each and every morning right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. A very good morning to you and welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Another epic, interesting episode that we're going to be giving you right here. It is a Tuesday morning, and you know when it comes to Tuesday, it's all about your wellness, and your wellness comes with you making good decisions about your life. So please do make sure that you stay with us and you stay connected throughout to get the things going, because you know what, man. My name is my money, and I am happy to be with you throughout the show. So wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, please do make sure that you stay with us, engage with us. And for engagement, you can also dial us on the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. That is the number that you need to dial us on. Send your voice note, call us in, or send a text message if you want to give a shout out to someone or a shout out to the Vooka team. And you always know that we always bring you what we call picture of the day, just to improve your day-to-day experiences of traveling, which is your bucket list. What are some of the places that you've never traveled to in SA is what we bring. We bring you those places right here so that the description and the information that you can use to enhance your traveling. So for today's picture of the day, we have the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate. That is a tranquil residential nature reserve nestled on the edge of Hoedspruit town in Limpopo, right here in South Africa. Spanning 645 hectares, it offers a unique blend of bushveld living and modern infrastructure with tarred roads, waterborne sewage, and secured gate access. Residents and guests share the space with free-roaming wildlife like kudu, a giraffe, zebra, warthogs, and over 200 bird species. The estate features walking, cycling, horseback trails, bird hides, and self-drive game routes, making it a deal for nature lovers and families seeking a peaceful escape near the Kruger National Park. Accommodation ranges from cozy bush lodges to luxurious villas, and while it's safe to explore by the day, nocturnal predators like a leopard, hyenas occasionally pass through from nearby reserves. So imagine waking up to giraffes just strolling past your window. No, man, no zoo, no fence, just the pure bush vibes. That's everyday life at the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate, bro. So where the warthogs mow your lawn and the kudu are uninvited guests, it's not just a bush, it's a bush with luxury, tarred roads, proper infrastructure, but you're still deep in the wild. So you can also cycle, hike, or even ride a horse while zebras casually watch you pass by. And if you are lucky, a sneaky leopard might leave footprints near your villa at night. It's like Kruger's stylish cousin, perfect for families or solo recharge. Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate is where peace, wildlife, and luxury come together. Trust me, pack your hiking shoes and a camera. You'll want to stay longer than planned. For better traveling experience, contact the Tswelopele shuttle service for exclusive travel package that they offer for each and everyone who wants to travel. So all I need you to do is to buckle up and check this out.
The Youth Business Launchpad by Protea Glenmore in partnership with Iatile Events and the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. This youth month, all cooks, vendors, chefs, and food business owners are invited to showcase their product offerings on the 28th of June at the Market Day in Protea.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellappeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellappeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
And there you go. Those were your details to contact the Tswelopele shuttle service. Please do your bookings right on time so that you can get there and experience each and every enhanced experiences that you will get along the way. So in terms of what we're going to have for today's morning, because it's a Tuesday, it's Wellness Tuesday, and of course we've got guests who are going to help us in terms of shaping our healthy living lifestyles. But with that being said, for today we are going to be joined by an author. Miss Jamie Forbey is a passionate follower of Jesus, a dedicated wife and mama. Though she holds a bachelor's degree in biomedicine, she finds joy in speaking and writing because this enables her to help others to build dating and marriage relationships with Christ at the center. If you are a bookworm, this conversation is definitely for you, so you better stay tuned. And then lastly, we're going to be joined by Zozibini Ayanda Mhlaba, a medical officer. She is dedicated and enthusiastic young healthcare professional from UG in the Eastern Cape, driven by a deep commitment to holistic, compassionate patient care. Her own journey of living with inflammatory bowel disease has profoundly shaped her perspective and sparked a growing passion for research and advocacy, particularly in under-resourced communities. So for your Wellness Tuesday, this is a conversation you do not want to miss. So please stay tuned. Right now, we're going to take a short break, give you your latest weather update, and we come back with your latest news and sports headlines. All right, once again, a very good morning. Let us keep you updated with your latest news and sports headlines. But starting off with your first news headlines, the U.S. preps a $400 million dispute with South Africa over Palestine stance. The United States is reportedly preparing a $400 million lawsuit against President Cyril Ramaphosa over claims that South Africa collaborated with Hamas before the 7th of October attacks on Israel. The allegation, detailed by journalist Paula Sleer in the Times of Israel, stems from the UK consultant Justice Louis, who has allegedly advised U.S. lawmakers of possible legal, financial and diplomatic fallout. Pretoria has dismissed the report with a strong disapproval. On the next headline, Fly SA Fair say pilot protest won't disrupt the flight. Fly SA Fair operations are under strain as over 200 pilots strike for a 10.5% wage hike, while the airline offers 5.7%, citing affordability concerns. So far, 26 flights have been cancelled with no further disruption expected on Tuesday. Meanwhile, airport security is under fire after a man with a hand grenade bypassed checks at OR Tambo Colombo only being caught in Ethiopia. Aviation expert Phuthego Mojapele says security lapses remain a long-standing issue. On your last headline, Ekurhuleni Mayor halts electricity price increase in Tbisa. Ekurhuleni Mayor Nkosi Ndiphile Bakaza has suspended the 126 Rand electricity tariff hike in Tbisa following intense protests. The shutdown began early Monday with residents blockading roads using burning tires. Clashes with police led to the use of tear gas and rubber bullets, prompting retaliatory stone throwing. Bakaza committed to engaging with NESA and updating the community within 14 days. That's all for your news headline. Now heading over to your sports news, starting off with the cricket news. Dawson to play first England test in 8 years. Jasprit Bumrah will play the fourth test at Old Trafford, confirmed by teammate Mohammad Siraj. India trail 2-1 in the series and need a win to stay alive. Despite Bumrah's planned rotation, injuries in the squad prompted his return. India have won a test in Manchester across 9 attempts, while England have lost just twice in 20 tests at the venue since 2000. Now heading over to your football news, Trump threatens to block stadiums built over name. President Trump threatened to block the Washington Commanders Stadium deal unless they revert to the Redskins name, claiming it will boost the team's value. He also urged the Cleveland Guardians to return to Indians, saying Native Americans want it. Guardians President Chris Antonetti responded that the team is focused on building its current brand and isn't considering a name change. Lastly, on your football news, Kaizer Chiefs on Asanele Velabai and Luke Bartman matter. Cape Town Spur are challenging the signings of Velabai and Bartman, and also Liam Ben, arguing they remain under contract despite relegation. Chiefs and Amazulu claims the players are free agents. Chiefs Jessica Motaung emphasized professionalism and said announcements will follow due process. Meanwhile, Chiefs returned from a European tour with 1 win and in 5 matches, but Motaung praised the experience for the team bonding and youth integration. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. Now, let us head over to your traffic update and keep you safe on those roads. On your first traffic headline, heavy congestion on the N3 northbound at Glen Hayes interchange. Expect delays and slow moving traffic. On the next one, the area stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound after Regal Avenue has now been cleared, but traffic is still slow in the area. There is a crash on the N1 northbound just after Linwood Road. The right lane is blocked, so please drive with caution. Another crash on N1 southbound after Regal Avenue. 2 left lanes are closed. Slow down and stay safe out there. That is all for traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or send your voice note on 060-493-3226. Now let's get you on that daily dose of positivity, and please do make sure that you stay with us. Do not go anywhere. But for now, let us head over to your financials and look into how are we when it comes to currency. of course, 19 minutes. Okay, let me do this. 19 minutes past 7. It is the time. And yes, you're still watching your favorite morning breakfast show. It is the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. Your energetic start to the day, accompanied by that daily dose of positivity. That is what we bring you each and every morning. I hope wherever you are awake and, of course, looking ahead of today's day. You are looking forward to positivity. It is Tuesday, and on this Tuesday, what is it that you are choosing? Because, of course, in contrast with Wellness Tuesday, there are things that we choose that makes us better people. Decisions that we make that make us to be the people that we are today. As the Vooka Breakfast Show, you know that is what we are dedicated to, spreading positive message to each and every one of you out there who is listening, who is watching from wherever they are. A very good morning to you, and I hope that you guys, you are feeling good. You are feeling great about this day, about this month. Yes, we are in the last 2 weeks of this month until we say goodbye to July and, of course, new beginnings to the new month. So I hope that you're also looking forward to that. Yes, and of course, another thing is, asking in terms of where you are with your goals. Because we know when we begin the year, when we begin the month, when you begin the week, you have goals that are aimed at you becoming the person that you want to be. So, of course, man, here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we give you anything and everything that you need at your screen, at the tip of your finger, just by clicking. I see we've got comments right there. If you're watching, man, and you would like to give a shout out to someone or give a shout out to today's day, hashtag Tuesday, hashtag Happy Tuesday, hashtag Wellness Tuesday, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, please do that. I see you guys, but I'm gonna get it to you. But before, the most important thing is just to greet the person next to you. Steve, how are you doing this morning, man?
Awesome, my brother. Awesome, my brother. How's it been, man? How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
and woke up to, a lot of cars outside. Beep, beep. A lot of,
Yeah, man. Just a whole lot of
schools
things
are
happening,
open, man. Schools, the kids are going back to school. And I don't know if you've ever had the feeling and the edge of, I wish schools, back in your day.
When back in the days when I was still in school, yeah.
Did you have that feeling that, oh, man, it's been a long time since they've closed. I miss school and I want to go back
Never,
to school.
bro.
You've never? Why?
Every time on holidays, bro, I'd be like, man, can we extend it maybe by like 2 weeks? But yeah, man, it is the morning, nice and energetic vibe start to the day, There's no vibe without a V. There's no even without a S. There's no Steven without a S, But yeah, man, you know how it is, man. It's been a very, very nice morning, man. I feel blessed, man.
Yeah,
I feel blessed.
man,
I feel like Big Sean, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If being blessed and feeling blessed is the best feeling that anyone out there, would want to feel. Because I think there is someone who is feeling like, they're going through a lot and they need a little bit of motivation. And
a little bit of some.
A little bit of some, you understand?
Yeah.
So that they can get their day going. It's difficult to start your day, especially if you do not know how to start your good day on a positive note.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is why we are here to help people. That is why we are here to remind you that you're not the only one. Even if you're going through things, even if you're going through, life problems, understand? We are here to remind you that you are not alone. We will be with you. We will hold your hand.
We'll hold your hand, man. Walk with you, man.
This walk with you,
and stay in the present also. Don't forget.
This morning is for everyone who's out there, whether you're a hustler, whether you're a mother supporting the kids, whether you're a grandmother, taking care of the family. This day is for all of us. And of course, each and every morning, you should always remember that when you wake up, just remember that there's a Vooka Breakfast Show. We are going to make your mornings epic.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But let me go into my socials just to check, man, who is there, who is watching, who is listening. You can also send a shout out, man, to wherever you are listening from, whether Uko Tbisa, whether you are from, all of those townships out there, even suburbs, right? We are reaching you through the power of technology. we are internalizing each and every space.
We're
and each and
traveling through the air, boy.
Yeah, man. So come on, bring those comments through right there on YouTube. But we are only live on YouTube. Please do remember that. And you can also share the live with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscription button so that whenever we're live, you will be notified that, hey, the best breakfast show is live. Located in the heart of Johannesburg, it is Soweto, Dobsonville. That is where we are streaming live at the Blinko Studios.
Yeah.
Right? Tembimni coming through right there saying, a very good morning, team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile on a Tuesday morning. Stay focused. Be blessed. Vooka team and the Vooka Nation.
Shout out Tembi. Shout out Tembi.
You know, people are waking up on a very high positive note.
Yeah.
And that is what we want. We want positivity.
That's good, man. That's good. That means people could smell the coffee from like 6, bro. They woke up, man. Yeah, positive vibes.
Focus, man.
Positive vibes,
Focus.
man.
Right. And then she comes back again saying, hashtag Happy Tuesday, team. Hashtag I choose my fam. Man. As for what I have mentioned, you know, that, whether you are a parent out there taking care of the kids and looking after your family, what is it that you're choosing? And the most important thing that you need to choose is your family, man. Choose your family because they are going to be with you through tough times, right?
Yep.
And then she comes and say, thank you for the news, team. I am from the municipality of Ekurhuleni and I am happy to hear about the electricity fees halted. Thank you so much for your feedback right there, because I also have some of the context in terms of what their mayor will do, in terms of halting, because when I was watching ENCA yesterday, they were reporting live, streets were being blocked by burning tires. So it was looking bad, So we just hope that everything is being monitored accordingly.
Because right was incited, as you're saying.
Tsakani comes through, say, good morning, Vooka Nation and breakfast team, Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning to you. I hope that you are good. I hope that, you're looking forward for today's day ahead of you. Positive mornings is what we bring you. Vooka Maulele. Then Cynthia Elizabeth saying, good morning, Vooka Nation and the best breakfast team. It's a great day. Our little bambinos are back to school. Hashtag breakfast show. Man.
Let the bambinos go back, man. Let the bambinos go back and learn, man.
Hey, man, it's so nice to see them, wearing their,
school uniform, man.
School uniform, looking all dazzled up right there, waiting and also looking forward to go to school and meet their friends.
Yeah, man. Because, at least.
Yeah.
I was about to say at least they're going back to school, or else I was going to be tortured by that thing. What's it called? The cappuccino.
Yo, cappuccino pambandino.
Yeah, I was going to be tortured by that. Yo,
hey,
thank God they're going back to school, man.
Hey, there is a huge thing that is happening out there. So you should please take care of your kids, because there's this brain rot rap, that originates from Italy.
These things are bad.
That teaches kids, cambadino, cambadilo. Those kind of things bad. Man. Yo, we don't want our kids learning such things, right? But Zinzi saying, little bambinos are back to school, man. And then she comes back saying, it's really great news, Matembi, about the electricity levy fees, because we felt it this month. But we can celebrate and be grateful, right? We hope that the mayor will do the necessary things, man, to take care of the citizens and the community of, Tembisa as a whole. As a protest are still going on, we'll just give you, developing stories into what is going on and what will be the implication regarding that matter. And then she comes through saying, hashtag morning, Mr. Mo and Steve.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah,
Come on, grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or umdogo, and just have that, beautiful morning.
Yeah, even that oats, man.
Do you eat porridge?
Porridge, yeah, most definitely, bro. What do you mean?
I don't eat porridge.
You don't eat porridge?
I feel like it's for old people.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has, different strokes, different folks, man.
So porridge for me, guys.
That's okay, sorry, man. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're missing out, but then it's fine, man. It's fine.
Definitely will try it. Maybe if someone, does some magic porridge, I'll have it, man.
Maybe you should try having porridge with peanut butter.
Porridge with peanut butter.
It slaps.
I've seen when people, mix with also what do you call it?
Butter.
Yeah. Rama, like, no thank you.
Yeah, you should try it, man.
Casto coming through say, hashtag Sivugile, Retsugile, ma.
Yes, sir, Gasto, yes, sir. Top in the chat, man.
Yeah, man. Before we just get into a very interesting conversation with one of our guests, Arnold Sibanda, social entrepreneur, passion activist, and a steadfast advocate for African literature and cultural identity. So, regarding the issue of Tbisa, Ekurhuleni Mayor halts a tariff hike amid Tbisa protest. So, the electricity price hikes in Tbisa have sparked intense community unrest, prompting urgent intervention by the city's leadership. So, the key points in this matter is that Mayor Nkosi Ndipile Kakaza suspended the 126 rands electricity increase. Protest erupted early Monday, which was yesterday, with roads blocked by burning tires. Police responded with rubber bullets and tear gas, leading to violent clashes. The mayor promises a new update within 14 days after meeting with the NESA, which is the regulator of energy in South Africa, right? And then this implies that they're going to reflect broader public frustrations over rising costs and poor consultations, and it also sets a precedent for people's power influencing local governance. So Tbisa may become a flashpoint for future service delivery protest. When tires burn and the people rise, Ekurhuleni listens. But is a pause enough, or this is just an empty promise?
That's what I'm thinking to myself to say. Is this gonna actually happen, man? Or if it does happen, how long will it take,
Yeah, I mean, this electricity issue is an ongoing problem because there is load shedding, there is load reduction.
There's a lot of things happening.
But now electricity keeps on increasing. The prices keeps on, reaching the highest hike we have ever seen. Because the units, man, people are suffering out there. As we were speaking about it yesterday, that
there are 100 units is 100 rand, man. I'm sorry, is equals like 20 units or
20
something.
to 30 something units. So it's very bad.
Hey, man.
And also food is also expensive, right?
But it's crazy, man. Electricity prices going up. Unemployment is still ripe. It's tough, man. It's tough. People are still going on the streets to go riots, burning tires. That's the only way they can catch the government's attention. It's bad, man. It's bad.
Yeah. So I think the Ekurhuleni and the Tbisa residents, they're showing us that you need to stand out, with the things that are taking place, especially the problems and the challenges that we're facing. But shout out to the minister, not the minister, man. Shout out to the mayor of
the mayor of
say, you know what, guys, I think we need to halt this because we are seeing the damage that it is causing to especially disadvantaged families out there. Everything is just becoming expensive. But this teaches us to always stand up to things that we do not agree on, because now we are suffocating as, residents. So let me know what you think, man, by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show right there. And also you can call us by sending, your voice note, or you can send us your text comment right there on YouTube. So Zinzi sent us something in terms of how her morning rise is looking like. So shortly I am going to share a picture with you. And this shows, guys, that we are close to say goodbye to winter, man. Goodbye to winter, goodbye. And we're going to say hello to spring.
Bro, hey, let the spring come, man. This winter's been too long, man.
Spring is too much.
Spring is okay, man. Spring is okay. Spring is the one, man. We need it.
Spring brings a lot of things, man. At least I would prefer a cold front rather than a heat wave.
Listen to this. There's a time for everything, my friend. There's a time for cold. There's a time for spring.
I understand.
There's a time for summer,
I understand. But what do you love? What do you love when it comes to spring?
Spring, what do I love? Hey, man, it's a new year. It's an African New Year. What do you mean, bro?
I mean, I do get that.
Yeah.
But, with the whole temperature stuff, because right now we are speaking about temperature, man. Like, heat wave is not nice, guys.
The heat wave, hey, bro.
Heat wave.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Heat wave is not nice.
I prefer
People
the heat
die.
than cold, man. I prefer heat than cold, man.
I prefer a cold front, man.
Yeah.
Because, a cold front, we brace ourselves, the streets are empty.
And also, spring, man, comes with a lot of things. New birds chirping in the street, in the trees. There's new flowers springing.
That's the nature side of it. In which it's good, man. It's Mother Nature. Who doesn't love Mother Nature, right? So it's those kind of things that we always speak about, man, and look into when we like. You know what? Spring. Do you think it is a best season for you? Do you think winter, autumn is a best season for you? But Zinti also sent us something right here. And it's captioned, my mom on the 22nd of July at 5, right? And then she said, guys, I'm so happy. I can't complain myself. I had to share this video as it's back to school. And, of course, no more screaming and shouting. Coco Melons.
It's over.
Go back to school, man. Go back to school. But yeah, this is the clip that she shared with us, man, just to celebrate, because I think today is a huge day for parents and we need to celebrate you as a parent wherever you are. Like, hey, man, kids are going back to school. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild.
Man. Hurry
up, man. Hurry up. Get up. Wake up. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Wake up. Get the uniform on your body and leave the house.
Of course, man. Really transport and go to school. We'll see you at 5. And we wish, schools, were just, what do you call, man?
What do you
knock
call?
Off? Do they knock off?
Yeah. No, they don't knock off, man.
All right. But as promised, man, 36 minutes after 7 o'clock, that we are going to be joined by someone. Interesting conversations we're going to have with him right here, because we are about to be educated about a subject we, never even thought of, never, knew about. So I think people like Arnold, they're here to teach us because we don't know anything. And there are people watching right now and they're asking themselves, what is it more that you guys are going to speak about? So Mr. Arnold Sibanda is here on a call with us. He is going to join us shortly. He is a social entrepreneur, passion activist, and steadfast advocate for African literature and cultural identity, right? So, of course, man, from the Black City culture with a deep commitment to social justice and empowerment. In the second webinar of their liberatory conversation series, Xenoeconomics, co-hosted.
Xenoeconomics.
Do you know that?
I'm guessing it's like the economics of maybe xenophobian economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold that thought because he's here. He's going to explain everything to us.
Please go into it, good sir.
Mr. Arnold,
go into it, good
very
sir.
good morning to you. How are you doing this morning, man?
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. Awesome.
We are good and thrilled and also perplexed by this, name that we are just reading here.
Xenoeconomics.
Xenoeconomics.
It's a nice sounding name.
You're saying it right.
Yeah. But just can't wait to get, deep in the conversation with you, just to, let us know with someone who is listening and watching from home. Please give them, and a brief description and introduction of what do you really do, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Xenoeconomics refers to the contributions and the struggles of migrant entrepreneurs and creators in South Africa. But in the South African context, basically, because it's derived from xeno, which comes from xenophobia. So xeno, which refers to foreigners. So, but particularly in the subject, we're looking at the contributions and struggles of migrant entrepreneurs and creators in the South African economy. You guys briefly touched on the service delivery, which has been protests, which have been happening in Tbisa as well. So we're also going to look at how that affects foreign nationals, or how the two can be in dinging. How sometimes foreign nationals are seen as the cause for certain things. So that's what we're going to be looking at briefly on the 24th. But today we're just going to briefly touch on it. And
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting, man. Because I think on this Tuesday, this conversation, it's leading us to speaking about personal finance, because we know that personal finance is a very important, system and structure that every one of us need to deal with, especially the township economy that we always vouch for. So your discussion, guys, are always about, or they're based on economic transformation and solidarity, that they are the core themes on your organization, and they are led by how can solidarity and shared economic strategies help us resist division and build inclusive futures. So one would ask, man, how is that going to happen in our communities as large?
I think more than anything, man, we need political education. We need education more than anything. Political, geographic, historic education. Because what we try to foster is a spirit of community, Ubuntu, and Pan-Africanism, man. And we want to table everything. We want to have conversations with people. More than anything, because most of the times, us at the bottom, we use the scapegoats by our politicians who have failed to deliver on certain things. Now the foreigners will get the back end. Same with other governments. They will neglect their own citizens to a point that they cross over to other people's borders and start burdening certain systems. Where else? Through conversation, us on the ground as the people, we can hold our governments accountable. We can foster a spirit of Pan-Africanism. We can have conversation that allow us to coexist peacefully. So that's one thing we passionate about, and that's one of our key pillars: fostering a spirit of solidarity and creating space for dialogue, man, before anything else. Because we believe in first resolving things through dialogue.
Yeah. All right. So, lastly, in terms of what is going on in our country, and also bringing back the spirit of Pan-Africanism, right? One would want to ask that from here, where to, and how are we going to apply structures that we have, been speaking about, as we were having those dialogues, and we spoke and we raised some of the challenges and issues in our communities. So from here, where are we going and where are we heading as a country?
I mean, as a country, I must say, man, I like what's happening in Tbisa, because it has shown that people have the power. People have the power, and people will eventually govern. But now we need to direct that anger per se in the right channels, and apply pressure where it's necessary, so that we can see things changing. We've seen with the police minister as well, saying, no, guys, this is not this is the problem in the justice system. And we've seen the president take some measures to address it, because it shows that people on the ground are getting tired and they are getting there, so just to bring it back to the conversation here, and we want when the president addresses these things, it gets to a point where he speaks to the Zimbabwean president and say, yo, my man, your people are burdening my healthcare system. It's because you are not fixing this and this. If you don't fix this and this, I will close my gate. He needs to have a firm discussion and conversation with the Zimbabwean president. He needs to have a firm conversation with the president of foreign nationals and say, guys, please get your houses in order. Because if you don't fix your borders, things come to my side. It's like you, man. When you see your neighbor, right? When you see your neighbor's kids misbehaving and you say nothing, SARS are going to become your problem, because they're going to come and break into your house. Where else you've seen this thing grow? You've seen this child grow from a young age, and you said nothing. You've seen them grow, become boys, become men, and you said absolutely nothing. And when they grow older, they're going to break into your house, they're going to rob you in the streets, So it's because it's such things that the ANC has neglected, in trade conversations with Zimbabwe and other countries. So we want the president to be firm on foreign affairs matters and immigration matters. That's. But I see a positive light. I mean, people will govern. People are getting tired, and people want change, and people are tired of being used as scapegoats as well. Yeah. And the residents of Tbisa, they saw that no, if you don't do something like this, nothing will change. So we need more of those protests. We need more people to speak out. And of course, if we can do it in a manner that we don't break anything out, we don't burn anything because we have to rebuild those things, that'll be highly appreciated from the residents.
Yeah. Very interesting thing, man, that you've just raised right there. But now, lastly, how do people, join the Black City Culture movement so that they can also find themselves and your guys' dialogues into making sure that whatever concerns that they're having in their communities, are met. You guys have those certain conversation and they have to be led, or even those complaints are going to be sent to the parliament so that politicians can really hear the concerns of the citizens. How do people join your guys' movement?
So Black City Culture is an independent bookstore. I mean, we are cultural advocates, so they can follow us on social media and so forth. I mean, we champion literacy more than anything. I mean, I mentioned the importance of political education and so forth. So they can follow us on all the social media platforms. Then for more social justice issues, we've got the African Liberation Hub, and everyone is welcome to join from South Africa, from outside South Africa, so we can foster the conversation. We also on social media platforms, African Liberation Hub. They can sign up as members and be part of the community. Will invite them to our dialogues, and the more people we have, the better, so that when we go and lobby the government on certain policy changes, we have numbers, so that when we meet with community leaders, we have numbers, and everyone's voice is counted for. So the African Liberation Hub exists for such issues, and we are on social media platforms, all social media platforms, African Liberation Hub. Then for literacy and related empowerment, Black City Culture, and we do. You can invite us to your communities. We can come do book readings. We can come book discussions. Yes.
Yeah, man. Would you like to quickly highlight on what's going on the 24th of July, Thursday?
Oh yeah, so on the 24th of July, it's our second webinar. So we have these webinars with African Liberation Hub. So this one is specifically going to focus on Xenoeconomics. We're going to go in depth, and we're going to look at what's been happening in the country. We're going to see what we can do moving forward. We're going to see what corporate can do in terms of addressing some of the issues migrant entrepreneurs have and creatives have, and how we can all coexist, and the contribution that migrant entrepreneurs and creatives have on the economy, So yeah, we're going to go in depth into that.
Yeah. Mr. Arnold, thank you so much, man, for your time, because, the conversations that you guys have about economy, they lead to what we call economic empowerment, especially in our townships and our communities. So lastly, what is it that people should expect when it comes to the movement and the liberation that they would get?
I mean, people should expect to learn, man, to be empowered, man. We're going to come in and educate and empower people, because I'll keep repeating again the importance of political education, and knowing what role politics plays, knowing that your vote counts, and knowing how to use our votes collectively as the people, to affect change in our communities, So we're going to come in and be very aggressive when it comes to political education. There's no use us in communities voting 10% for this party and 10% for that party, only to see no significant change. So one thing we're going to prioritize is political education, then also echoing the Pan-Africanism, into banking some negativity around that, and so they can expect to be empowered for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And I just hope that people will join the movement and, lead our country to economic liberation so that whatever that we need, our communities, all of those concerns and the challenges that we have in our communities, will have resolution and will be resolved by the right people. But with that being said, thank you so much for your time, my good sir.
Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Same to you, man.
You too. That was Arnold Sibanda, social entrepreneur, a passion activist, and a steadfast advocate for African literature and cultural identity, using Pan-Africanism to liberate ourselves economically. Right? Very, very powerful. And it's some of the things that we have been lacking in our country, speaking and advocating, solely on our economy.
Yeah.
So that we can be, we can see that economic revolution, we can see that economic literature getting into the communities and making sure that people are empowered. I mean, yes, we might take for granted the economy education that we are being given at school and say it's not enough, but it holds the basis of how our economy is being structured in our country.
For real. I mean, he also touches on mostly on economy, on how can I say this now? Foreigners, like people of foreign countries that come in here, they don't necessarily kill our economy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's as you said, Pan-Africanism. It's working together. Yeah. So which is very, very, very nice, man. It's interesting.
Man. Yeah, interesting. And please do make sure that you follow them on their social media platform and you join the movement, as they are about bringing revolution in our communities. Right now, 9 minutes till we hit 8 o'clock, and a lot of things are taking place in our country. There's so many things that you have missed. And speaking of something that you missed last week, just went to watch TV.
Yeah.
And then so there's a very huge headline that there is a guy that was kidnapped.
Bro.
And this links, it's linked to some of the victims that were, not victims, but perpetrators that were mentioned by
perpetrators. Sorry, like
Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Your Vusiket Matala.
That man,
Minister Senzo Mkhunu.
Hey.
But let's get to it, man. Maybe you're asking yourself who is kidnapped, And yes, Mr. Jerry Boscha, he is the man that was kidnapped.
Yeah.
So Jerry Boscha, who is he? What does he do? You're asking yourself, man. How does this, implies being,
how does
involved?
How does it go?
The mixture of the people.
How does it go hand in hand with this thing that's going on? I mean, there's a case around Cat,
Yeah. So Jerry Boscha, a businessman from Pretoria, was kidnapped in November 2024, and his family is pleading for his safe return amid concerns over a potential business dispute. So Jerry is a 46-year-old businessman and a farmer, and he was abducted last year, November 18, 2024, in Centurion in Pretoria, shortly after attending a business meeting. His family reported that he was last seen when he left to meet a business partner, and they became worried when he did not return as expected. The family received a call from the kidnappers shortly after his disappearance, confirming their worst fear. So where the family is right now, they are so devastated into what is happening, in their child's life. So the family is pleading against pleading with the kidnappers.
To bring back Jerry.
Jerry. You know, so Boscha's family has been vocal about their distress, urging for his safe return. They have shared the emotional toll the incident has taken on them, highlighting the fear and heartbreak they are experiencing during this traumatic time. The kidnappers initially demand a ransom of 60 million rands, which the family found impossible to meet. Right? So this case of Jerry Boscha is a part of a troubling trend in South Africa where kidnappings for ransom have surged. Reports indicate that 2 people are kidnapped every day in South Africa.
Can you imagine, bro?
With a significant increase in cases over the past decade, the rise in kidnappings is attributed to various factors including economic pressures and escalating tensions in business dealings. Right? And the family of Jerry was, they shared a video footage of
the experience, what they're going through, what they're saying to the kidnappers, to say, pleading, please bring back Jerry, man. Bring him back alive.
Please. You know, and this, following clip that I'm about to play right now, yes, it, contains
sensitive images. Viewer discretion is advised.
Right? So this shows where Jerry is being held captive and, everything that is going on, because this footage was shared with the family so that they can pay the money. They are demanding 60 million rands, right? So this is a footage of Jerry, kidnapped wherever he is, and we wish for his safe return back to his family, man.
I'm dying. This is too serious. Please help me. Please. I can't die like this. Begging you, my love. Look at me now. I really need this money. You know I work hard. Can't be treated like this.
These are the disturbing images, man. Disturbing images of a businessman, 46-year-old businessman who was kidnapped. And he is linked to Vooka Matala, Minister Senzo Mchunu, and who is the guy, man, who was found on the chats when a minister was giving his brief.
Isn't that Senzo? No, it's not.
The other guy. So they're all part of this whole syndicate, and another thing, man, that people are not aware of is, the damage that is causing this to the family members.
To the family,
especially the mother, because the mother is struggling. Even the son, So I just want to play just a footage of the mother, man, crying out, with her. Concerns about what is this whole situation doing to her. So this is Mrs. Lili Boscha, Jerry's mother, sending a message to the kidnappers out there and just telling them on how this is not linked to the family. Just bring back the child. And you know what? Let's speak about what is happening, because 60 million is a lot.
It's a lot of money, bro. 60 million is too much for a family to cover.
Yeah.
I mean, 60 million, you initially saying we're not bringing him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reasons behind the kidnapping. Why did the kidnapping happen? How did it happen? Where did it happen?
Yeah.
I mean, we're living in a time, an era whereby there's cameras everywhere, man. I mean, the CCTV footage of, everywhere around, there's cameras every on corner, bro. So how did they kidnap him, and how did the kidnappers not be seen?
Okay.
Apparently, it's the same syndicate as Boko Haram. It's Boko Haram, yeah.
Yeah, even there is a gang, a syndicate named Boko Haram in Mamelodi, Pretoria.
Yeah.
So they're also implicated on this to say maybe they are part of this whole thing of Jerry.
There's a possibility of them being the guys that took Jerry also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kidnapping, it's a very, very, very high issue in South Africa, and people should be careful out there. But this is Jerry's mama, man. Just highlighting some of the things that she is going through, on this whole matter.
That's Jerry's best friend, Cat Matala, is the one who is involved in this kidnapping. And I feel so bad, and it hurt me so much that I know Vusi. I've met Vusi. I know Vusi Matala's wife. I was once sitting at the same table having lunch with Vusi Matala's wife. If that is the case, Vusi, can you be so cruel? Can you be so cruel? And take Jerry.
Amen.
So,
bring back Jerry.
Amen. This brings a question like, what kind of business disputes ends up in a kidnapping, man?
Yeah, we'll never know, man. And I just hope that Jerry will be brought back to tell, us.
Yeah, tell his story to say what happened, why it happened. Yeah.
Because this is not looking good, as it has sparked a lot of controversy in South Africa as a whole, right? So when it comes to developing stories, we will keep you updated right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. All you need to do, man, is if you happen to know anything, or maybe you stumbled across an article speaking about this whole Jerry, kidnapping story, please share your sentiments with us on YouTube by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But for now, let us let everything that we have discussed right here digest and take a short break, to drink a warm cup of coffee. And then when we come back, man, we're going to bring you all that daily dose of positivity and your daily bread, which is Today in History, Celebrity Birthdays, and Word of the Day, of course. So please don't go anywhere. Minutes past 8. It is the time, man. And you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. Your energetic start to the day, accompanied by that daily dose of positivity. And as we went on a short break, you saw a cup of coffee and a very beautiful image right there written, the morning brew. So it's what we are. Brew. It's what we are going to be bringing you right here.
The brew's bringing the morning brew.
Yeah, man. Of course, it's called the digital newspaper.
Yeah, man.
A newspaper where people move, where people talk, where people show you images.
Tell me more about this newspaper, man. Tell me more. Tell me more.
You know that each and every time when we start the show, we give you your daily bread. Of course, your news, your sports, your traffic.
National Day celebrated, number of days into the year.
Today in history, we share each and everything that is accompanied by positivity. So that is what the morning brew is all about. So if you're watching right now and you know someone who might be interested, because this is the first 30 minutes of the show, as you have noticed that each and every weekday from 8 o'clock, from 7:30 up until 8 o'clock, we touch on your news, we touch on sports, we touch on traffic, and then we come to the table, discuss some of those topical discussions right here, right? And then we go on and give you your 2-day in history and things like that.
Yeah, we give it to you well digested, innit?
Well digested,
Yeah.
and things like your kidnappings, things that we just spoke about, the municipality, Tbisa. So it's things that you need to always expect right here. We're not saying maybe tomorrow we might wake up and
It's not there.
it's not there.
No. It's always going to be there. I mean, it is called the morning
Always.
brew, man. It's
Always
your
gonna
daily
be
dose
there.
of positivity
Yeah.
in magazine paper form.
Yeah,
So
so-
like digital,
Yeah, so the simplest thing that if anyone is listening or watching right now is each and every time, man, when it hits exactly 7:30 when we digest all of those things, or when we start the show, from 7 o'clock, 7:30, or that 1 hour. But,
Yeah.
there is a special 30 minutes that is going to be dedicated into the morning brew. And of course, you can make yourself a cup of coffee and just listen to some of the headlines and breaking news that we're going to bring to you. Because of course, we need to be updated with what is happening in our country as a whole. Whether there are big moves that are happening and also financials. I know people don't pay attention. We give you picture of the day because we are really interested in you knowing that is the rand stronger today or is the rand weaker?
Yeah,
right?
Which is which?
Yeah.
Which is which?
So you can travel to your beloved traveling destination, and of course make a whole new experience with that. If the US dollar is a little bit slight low, that means you can travel to the US with that amount of money that you
slightly
have.
cheaper
Start
compared to-
a new life. So yeah, the morning brew is what we are going to be giving you, man, each and every weekday, right? 30 minutes of news, traffic, and sports headlines onto what is happening around the world, because we need to be plugged in to what is happening, whether you don't like it or not. You will know, because
You have to
you
know.
not knowing it affects a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
So you have to know what is Cyril Ramaphosa is up to.
And it's
What
a-
is he eating? Who
Yeah.
is he meeting with? You have to know, because it concerns you. You are a taxpayer in South Africa, so you have to know how your money is being spent onto making sure that this country is, a better country for each and every South African
Yeah, man.
citizen.
The morning brew giving you your morning tea, the
Yeah.
daily dose of morning tea, or in this case, your morning coffee, brew.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, with tea, man, I know ladies like to say spill the tea and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think we're going to stick with coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Because
yeah.
coffee, it's slightly,
It's proper.
it's proper to put and announce on, also package things to say, hey man, let's go and have a cup of coffee, because our cup of tea
No, man, cup of tea. No, what you doing as a J?
this man
cup
man
of
needs
tea,
a
cup of coffee,
mbuzi.
man. Cup of coffee,
Right,
man.
but yeah, man, morning brew is what we are always going to be giving you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah,
Vooka
yeah.
Maulele, and I hope that you guys are still with us and still doing wonderful and beautiful in this morning, man.
Yes,
Mist,
sir.
talk to us, man.
Musi mist.
Now I'm listening to you guys, man. Yeah, you are what? You're not giving the tea. You're
Nah, we're
the
giving coffee. Yeah.
Not
It's coffee
spilling
vibes.
tea, man.
We're not spilling tea, but we're pouring the coffee. man.
Yeah, man. How's it going, guys?
Yeah,
How's it going?
easy, man. How's it going? What's going on?
School's
Not too
Okay.
bad on my side.
Yeah, yeah.
I was listening to that, and you were mentioning the noise and the transport and the hooters in the morning.
Yeah.
I heard that Kokasiaga myself in my neighborhood, and I'm glad these kids are back to school. Abai school, man.
Hey, bro, I was saying the same thing, man. We tired.
No,
tired.
yeah, I heard you.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, abai skolong. The one thing that I did notice, though, that maybe I might not necessarily be so amped about is the busyness on the roads and in the streets.
Yeah.
The difference between when kids are at school and it's holidays is that it's not so busy on the roads. So the one thing,
Hey.
people are moving around. There's a lot of cars. There's these kids going to school, which is a great thing. I
Yeah.
advocate for that. I condone that. But yeah, man, these past 3 weeks when you were coming to work, it was nice and quiet in the morning when you were walking on the streets or driving or whatever,
Hey.
if you take a taxi like boom, TC and stuff like that. So, but yeah, these kids are back to school, and it marks the brand new term.
Yeah.
The third term
of the year for school children, and I'm sure most probably a lot of them are not so happy about.
Yeah, they're all not happy.
I heard you asking Steve Khore, did he ever enjoy like going back to school?
And I
after
agree
holidays. With him. I did. Why would you be happy to be?
I mean, if you're someone who used to hang around your friends and you just enjoyed the vibe.
Yeah, Chief,
were you happy? Were you happy going back?
Man.
I know, man.
I was. Guys.
Why would you be happy to wake up?
Honestly.
Why would you be happy to wake up?
I mean, there is, solace, just finding yourself in waking up in the morning and making it a habit. Like, for me, I felt bad when I did not wake up.
You felt bad.
I'm used to it, man. Like, each and every day I wake up and I know at 7 I'm out of the house.
Now, this begs the question.
So you feel bad.
Now this begs the question. Like, so if you're a kid that enjoys waking up early, feel bad when you wake up late and you enjoy going to school, that means you're a student, right?
No.
Were you an A student?
No, not really.
No.
Waking up and
not even about
waking up and loving to go to school, does not constitute that you're a great student.
Yeah. Just loving nature.
I mean, from my previous school days, there was this kid. This one kid, he used to be like very, very early every day, not missing class, but he was also one of the smartest, so that's why I'm asking you. Say
no, for me, man, it was a thing that
the
mornings. That's why I always say to people that I respect mornings, man, because one thing about the morning, it's quiet and you're able to find yourself as quickly as you can.
It's not quiet.
No, when you wake up, you are messed up, like your mind is all over.
But I do agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah,
That's when some of us start. Now getting into it,
that is a sickness that someone is dealing with, man.
Anywhere to go, I'm not one of those, and I doubt I'll ever be like a
what?
One of those people who wakes up early for no reason.
It's not about a reason, guys.
It's when your body is used to it. No, it's when your body is used to it.
Even if I'm used to it,
you just wake up. It happens.
Never wake up.
Hey, Moose and the sleeping, bro.
Ever.
Hey, Moose loves his sleep.
Ever. But anyway, without doing this. Look, man. Good morning. A huge good morning. You and I haven't seen each other in a couple of days. To what should by now be your absolute favorite rendezvous right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. But of course, if this is the first time you're spending, some time with us, so welcome as well. Now you're part of the team, you're part of the nation, and this is where we give you a daily dose of positivity. So with that being said, we welcome you and a huge shout out. I'm seeing in the comment section on YouTube, a huge shout out to the Vooka Nation tuning in from every province, border, and of course, bandwidth. Welcome to a brand new day, and of course, like we mentioned a second ago, a brand new term for the school children. You're not only watching, and you're also listening to the Vooka Breakfast Show, of course, with the one and only, your one and only MWOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and we're coming to you live from the heart of Soweto, Dobsonville, right next to Zondi Hills, and this is just before you get to Bramfisher Kloof. And you're streaming live, or you're always spending some time with us between the hours of 7 and 10, during the weekdays morning, Monday to Friday, where we take such good care of you. And all of this is brought to you by the Blinko Network. And today we shift gears into Tuesday lineup, designed to power your purpose, fuel your hustle, and of course sharpen your perspective. Look, we can't wait to hear from you. You can engage with us across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But you know that it needs not end. They can also continue where you can share your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between by dialing in on our WhatsApp line using the number 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, so that you and I and the rest of the team can share our thoughts, like I said, our opinions, and everything else in between. We aim to have all-encompassing, compelling, and of course, thought-provoking conversations with industry professionals, discussions that are bold and hopefully give a positive mindset shift. I can't wait to hear from you, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
As I spoke that today, the kids are going back to school, and of course, with that being said, let us also take you back to school in terms of history lessons that you have never got whenever you were in school. So we are going to give you our daily bread celebrate today in history. So let us just get deeper into it in terms of what happened. Maybe some of the things that you knew them, and you can share your sentiments onto what do you think about the things that we're going to be reading to you.
Yeah.
The first one, in 2019, the Marvel superhero film Avengers Endgame became the world's highest grossing film, overtaking Avatar and earning 2.9 billion US dollars. I mean, we've all said the Endgame, man.
I mean,
was,
how
the
could
best
it
of the best?
How could it not? Gross
Come on,
over 2
man.
point like billions of rands, man. I mean, it's the Thanos snap, bro.
So, Endgame shattered box office records upon its release in April 2019, becoming the highest grossing film of all time with a global haul of 2.797 billion US dollars. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, it served as the emotional climax to over a decade interconnected storytelling in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film's success was fueled by its massive ensemble cast, fan anticipation, and a re-release featuring bonus content that helped it surpass Avatar's long-standing record. Though Avatar later reclaimed the top spot after re-release in China, Endgame remains a cultural milestone in a blockbuster filmmaking. Very interesting. And then in 2020, Kim Kardashian asked for understanding of her husband Kanye West struggles with his bipolar disorder on Instagram. In July 2020, Kim Kardashian publicly addressed Kanye West's bipolar disorder for the first time in a heartfelt Instagram post, asking for compassion and understanding from the public. She explained the emotional complexity of living with a loved one who has a mental illness and emphasized the importance of respecting Kanye's privacy and autonomy in seeking help. Her message aimed to destigmatize mental health challenges, highlighting Kanye's brilliance and pressure he faces as an artist and a black man coping with grief and isolation. Right. Lastly, 2024, Eminem's death of Slim Shady Coup de Grâce in his 11th album to reach number one, replacing Taylor Swift, the tortured poets department, after 12 weeks at the top. Eminem's death of Slim Shady, released on July 12, 2024, marked his 11th chart-topping album on the Billboard 200, dethroning Taylor Swift, the tortured poets department, after a dominant 12-week reign. The concept album explores the symbolic demise of his provocative alter ego Slim Shady, blending hardcore and satirical hip-hop and with introspective themes, featuring collaboration with artists like Big Sean, Jelly Roll, and Jid. The project was promoted through cryptic teasers and theatrical visuals, including a Fox obituary and a crime show style trailers. Despite mixed reviews, it resonated with fans and reignited debate around Eminem's legacy.
Man.
Very, very interesting things on Today in History. So now we are heading over to inventions that were made all around the world. Right?
Yes, sir.
Today we have a Tesla robotaxi. Tesla's robotaxi concept, first teased by Elon Musk in 2016, officially launched in June 2025 as a limited autonomous ride-hailing service in Austin, Texas. The service uses Tesla vehicles equipped with full service driving FSD software, starting with a fleet of Model Y cars monitored by human safety observers. Tesla's long-term vision include a fully driverless network powered by purpose-built vehicles like Cybercab, which features a no steering wheel or pedals. The robotaxi aims to transform personal vehicles into income-generating assets and challenge traditional ride-sharing models by offering lower and operating costs and AI-driven mobility.
Yeah, man.
Can we have a robotaxi in South Africa, man?
Bro, I was about to say. In South Africa, bro. With the robo taxis, I wonder how it would be, man. I just really wonder how it would be with the taxi drivers, you know. Obviously, bro, the taxi drivers are fighting the bald people already, you know, because they felt
those guys.
Yeah, they were fighting the pickup locations where the passengers were picked up, actually. So I can imagine with the robo taxi, man, how's that gonna be? And at the same time,
there's no one inside.
I'm all for technology, yeah. I'm all for technology, yeah. But it's
sometimes
scary, man.
There's stretching
scary,
it. I'm
man.
sorry. There are certain things that just technology should not interfere.
It's scary, man. I mean, imagine hopping into a
South
taxi.
Africa, this
I mean, hopping
It
into
would
a
work.
taxi, it would. In some places, it would. In Cape Town, it
Cape
would.
Town, maybe,
It's all about taking a
where
risk,
They're
man.
about that European type of lifestyle and.
Man, it would be
you
very
guys are
interesting.
pessimistic,
No.
Buffy.
No, I'm optimistic. Moose is not optimistic. Moosey missed.
There's
He's
no
not optimistic
optimist like
today.
me, Chief.
All right.
So-
all right.
yeah.
I think
This
yes.
wouldn't
If it happens, it can work out. But
I
it's
wonder,
just a
man. I really
conversation that
wonder.
we can have. That okay, Robotaxi, Toyota. Do you think they're gonna
Imagine.
clash things like that?
Imagine.
But interesting, man. Just let us know.
Man,
Let us know.
But as a taxi owner, if I can put a taxi that can carry people to Joburg and back,
Without a driver.
and it doesn't have to,
Exactly.
jiggle.
Hey,
But thing is, this
Hey.
is
As a
about
taxi owner, I would do it.
you
Yeah.
would, yeah. But the traditional taxi thingy, the traditional taxi.
Chief, we want
man,
Taxi Chronicles, Chief. We want Taxi Chronicles. Have you been a commuter in the morning or in the afternoon? There's
On
nothing
taxis.
like it. Look, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the
Hey,
whole.
Chief, we want
yeah,
that. We
we're
want
eliminating
stories for the
whole-
Vooka Breakfast
Your
Show,
mornings
man.
must be peaceful.
No, man, I get it. But yeah, no, I'm not for
right.
this
Yeah,
one.
fully
Right.
autonomous taxi.
Yeah.
Self-autonomous.
I don't
But
think
if
it
you're
will
watching
work.
at home and listening, man, just give us, your thoughts on this whole robotaxi invention thing. Should it come to South Africa, or we want
Let it
Umshai?
come through,
It's for Umshai,
man.
right?
Let it come through.
So let's
man.
look into the calendar in terms of the number of the days we are into the year. Today is the 203rd day of the year and 204th in leap years.
Wait,
and we are
200
left-
already?
Yeah,
What?
bruh.
Of course,
Sheesh, man. It's crazy.
and we're left with 162 days left with 22 weeks remaining, right? And what does it mean when it comes to those days, and what days is being celebrated today? Today is National Be a Good Teammate
Teammate.
Day.
Yep.
Celebrated annually on July 22nd, National Be a Good Team Day was founded by Lance Lawyer, a coach and an author who champions the shift from me to we in a team dynamics. The day encourages people to recognize and appreciate those who uplift their teams. Whether in sports, work, schools, or family settings, it's a reminder to practice empathy, collaboration, and selflessness. With activities ranging from sharing gratitude notes to posting team photos and engaging in team building exercises, ultimately it's about fostering unity and celebrating the unsung heroes who make teamwork thrive. So, of course, man, this should be a thing to each and every workplace out there that you have to be a good teammate. Just for once, we know that you are a bad teammate, but just for once, be a good teammate player. Right, very, very interesting things right there. And then we have celebrity birthdays right there. And just to look into who is growing up today, celebrity, or a friend that is growing up, man, just hit them up by sending that special shout out on YouTube by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and we will make it special for you. So let's get deep into the celebrities that are growing up today. Selena Gomez is growing up.
Nice one.
Born 1992, turning 33 years old. Interesting fact, she began her career in children's television, starring in Barney and Friends, before
Barney
gaining
and Friends.
fame on Disney Channel's Wizards of Waverly
Place.
Place.
One of
Yeah.
my favorite
Yeah.
shows, man.
Dope show,
Yeah.
eh?
rose to fame for
Disney.
her starring role as Alex Russo on
Yeah.
Disney's Wizard of
Yeah.
Waverly Place. In 2008, she formed the band Selena Gomez and the Scene. She released 3 hit albums with the band and then embarked upon her solo career. Her first 2 solo albums, Stars Dance in 2013 and Revival in 2015, hit number 1 on the US Billboard chart. Right, and then the next one, Emanuela Samuel, born 2010 and turning 15 years old. Interesting fact, she mainly features in Mark Angel comedy videos. Emanuela first rose to fame when she appeared on Mark Angel's comedy video My Real Face. Since then, she has appeared in a number of Angel's videos. Comedian who has been featured in Mark Angel comedy videos such as Emanuela Sleep and My Real Face. She posts comedy videos to her popular official Manuela Instagram account, which has earned over 2.4 million followers.
That's the Nigerian comedian,
yeah.
the young kid. Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
And then another one, Shawn Michaels. Born
Hey,
today,
man.
1965, turning 60 years old. Shawn Michaels became the WWE's first Grand Slam champion in 1997 by winning the WWE Intercontinental Tag Team and European title across. In 2022, he became the Senior Vice President of the Talent Development, Creative Art NXT. And then lastly, Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde is growing up, man. And to those who know him, he plays for the one and only Kings of Europa, Real Madrid. Born 1998, turning 27 years old, Valverde reached his first 30 games with the first team of Real Madrid, with which he has won 19, tied 5 and lost 6. He has amassed over 16 million followers on his Instagram as a result of his soccer fame. Very interesting, man. To everyone who is growing up out there, would like to say happy birthday to you. Grow up, God bless you, and enjoy the day ahead of you.
Happy birthday! Woohoo! Yeah! Hip hip!
Yeah.
Hooray! Hooray!
Of
Yes,
course,
sir.
man. You know that we always bring you word of the day so that you can improve that vocab that you have.
Word of the day, man.
Word of the day, man.
Of the day.
What do we
man.
have, man? What do we have? Hit us.
Manakocha, you know that on a day-to-day basis, we always share words with you that are aimed at improving both yours and our day-to-day spoken languages,
Yeah.
and of course, ultimately, our vocabularies. And today is no exception whatsoever. On the 22nd of July, sheesh, where did the time go,
22nd
guys?
July, man.
I was actually thinking about this yesterday. Jorge, man, whoa, man. No, man, Mabaninyana nearly the 1st of June. Today is the 22nd of July, and it's crazy. Time is flying.
Yeah, time flies.
And I honestly do not know where the year is running off to. But right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we're always going to keep you on the loop, or in the loop rather, as to what the word of the day is. And the reason behind that is because that the English language is varied, right? And it's so beautiful. And sometimes it's confusing with its inclusion of non-phonetically spelled words and complex grammatical rules. But however, it also has many unusual, very cool words that have some very interesting meanings and definitions for you and I to discover. And today, like I just said a second ago, is no exception
at all.
whatsoever. So let's jump into it and find out what the word of the day is. Today's word is blatteroon.
Blatteroon.
Blatteroon. And you're perhaps wondering, hey Musi, where do you find these words, Chief? I go around and I try to find them as best as I can. I make my research so that I can bring you relevant words, right? Today's word is blatteroon, and blatteroon is a noun. And how you spell this word is as follows: BLATTEROON. That's BLATTEROON, blatteroon. And the definition or the meaning of the word blatteroon is as follows: it is someone who talks excessively and without making much sense. Someone who talks excessively and without making much sense.
Blatteroon. It's
How you can use the word blatteroon in a sentence is as follows: during the staff meeting, Kevin turned into a full-blown blatteroon. 20 minutes, 0 point.
it's
A sentence example for the word blatteroon. During the staff meeting, Kevin turned into a full-blown blatteroon. 20 minutes with 0 point. And of course, this word has similar words to it, like a blatherskite.
blatherskite, bloviate.
Right?
Yeah.
A babble mouth, and of course, a gas bag. So those are some of the words that are similar to the word blatteroon. Talk to me quickly in closing. How can you use this word?
Blatteroon.
Blatteroon. Talk to me.
I don't ever see myself being a full-blown blatteroon.
Okay. I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
That's how I'd use the word blatteroon.
All right, Stephen. Mr. Mo, talk to
Mr.
me.
Mo.
Blatteroon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. If I can travel to Cameroon
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get there
Yeah.
without speaking the language,
then
I'll end up being a full-blown Blatter.
Okay, I see you rhyming there. Okay,
Yeah, man, yeah,
I see.
man, yeah,
I see.
Mo.
Look, blattering is an obsolete word for a senseless babbler or boaster. It refers to someone who talks foolishly at a great length, often to little purpose.
Okay.
Right. The word is derived from the Latin blattere, meaning to babble.
To babble,
Very,
yeah.
very, very
I
interesting
mean,
stuff.
at the end of the day, English is a mixture of Greek, Latin,
and all of these
Yeah.
amazing words,
Yeah.
man. So that's the word for today,
Yeah,
blatteroon. Now let's hear the correct pronunciation of this word, because you know
Blatteroon.
I'm very, very wary when it comes to pronunciations
Pronunciation.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's check it out. Blatteroon.
Let's hear.
But I'm quite certainly sure.
Okay, there's a
Blatteroon. I think that this talks to where you from.
Blatteroon.
Which part of the world are you from?
Blatteroon. Okay, the T is the bladder.
Bladder.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying this talks to which part of the world you are from. You know.
Accent.
Yeah, the accent.
Yeah. So, Manakohan, talk to us. Would love to hear from you. How would you use the word blatteroon in a sentence? In a sentence, because it means someone who talks excessively without making much sense. You're a babbler. You're a blatherskite.
You're
yapping.
yapping.
Man. You're slightly vacuous. You
Yeah.
bloviate there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's the word for today on the 22nd of July, 2025, on a Tuesday morning. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and speaking of words, man, we are going to be joined by a guest right now, shortly, by the name of Jamie Forbey, an author of The Dating Book. A guide to a successful and fulfilling love story is your ultimate roadmap for building a love story that's genuine and rooted in purpose, right? So, The Dating Book, a guide to a successful and fulfilling love story. It is your ultimate road map for building a love story that is genuine, rooted in purpose. Whether you are over the endless cycle of dating and want something deeper, or you simply want to know how to date with purpose, this book gives you the tools to building strong, meaningful connections with clarity, confidence, and most importantly, Christ at the center. With practical insights and biblical guidance, The Dating Book will take you beyond the trends and show you how to approach romantic relationships while staying true to your faith and values. If you are ready to shift the way you think about dating, this book is your guide to a fulfilling and a love story, right? So, Vooka Nation, we are going to be diving deeper into love, faith, and everything in between. And we are doing it with someone who knows all about choosing with purpose. You know the saying, Ketom Tandayo. It's Tuesday, of course.
Tuesday, man.
Choose
What do you
someone
choose
that
this
you
day?
love. Choose who you want. Well, our guest is going to be joining us shortly and help us choose wisely.
Yeah.
Have you ever introduced Christ or involved Christ in your relationship?
What does that have to do with anything?
I've never, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've never.
How?
I am a Christ believer, but I have never involved Christ in my dating life, man.
You've
like,
never.
What are you tying this into?
like praying
am
with
I
your
tying into?
partner.
Yeah, like,
No, I'm tying it into a relationship that is fully fortified. You understand? I
Okay.
mean, it's spiritually fortified to, make it more understandable. I'm tying it into, like, there are people out there who, they don't involve Christ. They don't
Like,
pray. in
okay, give us.
no.
Give us.
Before giving us anything, I'm trying to make the ties.
That's
here,
what it
Chief. We're talking books, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes from
No,
the
I
name
get it. I get it. The
and-
book is the
book is
dating
about
book,
it's a dating
right?
book.
Sure.
It's a guide
From a Christian
from
view.
Okay.
a biblical view to say, come on, man.
Okay.
When you're with someone, come on, babes, let's share scripture.
I've never, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I
I'll
have
tell
never.
you, there's this one girl back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Guys,
10 years ago. You've been here. Moose.
10 years ago,
Moose.
we went to
Mimosa.
we went, there's the conductor of the Ndlovu Youth Choir. He used to call me that. Mama Musi.
For real?
Yeah, really, it was a thing, man. But anyway, back in 2015, we went to Spokane with the then youth choir of the St. Angela Catholic Church.
Okay.
Dobsonville, the Dobsonville parish of the Catholic Church, right? So we get there and we sing in the mass. There was a concert after. We sang and I was conducting. I was playing the drums and things of that sort. It was great. It went well. Met new people, made friends, and whatever else. Fine. It was on a Sunday. I think on the Monday, if not the Tuesday, this friend of mine who was actually celebrating his birthday last week, Kagiso.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I mentioned that he's going to come through for personal finance on Tuesday. Yeah. He calls me, hey, Musu, no, I'm good, my brother. What's happening? No, sharp. Look, man, there's a girl on Sunday who saw herself. We wanted to basically. Right? I'm like, cool.
So potential partner.
Sure. He's like, can I give her your number? Because she asked. I'm like, go for it. Great. This person calls. We start talking. We start chatting. Fine. To this day, she's the only girl who has ever asked me to pray with her at the end of a phone call.
She's the one.
That's wild.
No.
She is the one.
No.
She is the one.
But the thing really stuck with me to this day.
How did that make you feel? How did it make you feel?
But you know what, guys? I think we'll discuss that.
Very surprising.
As we need to get deep into the guy, right?
Let's go into it, man.
If you are like Musi, you are tired of dating games and ready for something
like
deeper,
Musi.
go deeper, Papa.
Go deeper.
You'll want to learn in. Let's dive into it, man, because it's time for that Tuesday book review. Because this, dating life book, man, it's something that we are about to, get deep into. So please, let's welcome Miss Jamie Forbey to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Very good morning to you, and how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, guys. I am freezing, but I'm doing well. I was back to school today, so I just dropped my child from school and rushed back for this interview. Yeah.
Very interesting. And we are thrilled and happy to have you here and just to spend this time with you, just to, take us through, your book, the dating book. But before we get into that, are we pronouncing your name correctly? Jamie Forbey.
Yes, that's correct. Jamie Forbey.
Jamie Forbey. You see what we're doing right there before anyone else, right? But to someone who is listening right now and watching from wherever they are, can you just, take them through into a brief introduction of what you really do?
Okay, so I am Jamie Forbey. I qualified or I graduated with a bachelor degree in biomed. I'm originally from Gabon, came to South Africa to study 2009. And then while doing my university years, I met my husband. So graduated, got married, have 2 children, never worked with my degree, funny enough. So yes, recently wrote a book. I'm a mother, wife, lover of Jesus, and then yes, I also do coaching, mentorship when it comes to dating the God way or the Jesus way, like I like to say. So that's me. If I have to sum it up.
I love that. I love that. The Jesus way. Jesus is king.
Yeah, before we go into it, man, quick touch. What is the Jesus way? What is the God way of dating?
I think a simple way to put it is, first of all, acknowledge that Jesus or God is the one who created sex. It's not an invention for men. He created human being. It's his invention. He's the one who came up with the idea of sex. And his way is for this sex thing to happen in a certain context, and the context is marriage. So when I say dating the Jesus ways, why am I dating if the aim or the objective or the goal is not marriage? Then I'm not dating the Jesus way. But then if I want to do it Jesus way, when I'm entering into a relationship, the mind is I want to marry this person. And while we are dating, we are not doing anything married people are supposed to do because we're not married yet. The dating journey is to know, does this person's values align with mine? Is somebody I can see as a husband? Can I submit to that man? Can I love this woman like Jesus loved the church? Are we aiming for the same thing? Do we have the same vision? So while we are getting to know each other and see if we can end up into marriage, we are not doing anything married people are doing. And by that, I mean sex or living together and all that. So that's the Jesus way. Like we don't put the cherry before the eggs. Like you do everything when it's supposed to be done. You don't you don't live as a couple while you're not a couple yet, or you don't live as a husband and wife while you're not a husband and wife yet. So you stick to the Bible principles or the way Jesus wants the dating and the marriage to happen.
Powerful,
Beautiful,
powerful.
beautiful.
Jesus' way is the way. So, Jamie, from you doing biomedicine to biblical relationship coaching, what really inspired the dating book?
The dating book first crossed my mind or came into my heart when I was still in high school, back in Gabon. I used to see my friend, come and cry, or he broke up with me and this happened. I find it, like just drama. And already me back then, I was already waiting, Early on, I was like, I don't wanna have a lot of exes, or like when it's time for me to date, I just want to date my husband and marry. So even in high school, I told myself I'm not dating. It's not time for me yet. So when I used to see my friend crying because of heartbreak, relationship not working, so I already felt sorry for them and I already had empathy. And I was like, how can I help them? What can I say to them? And then I just, let me write a book, you see. And then I wrote something back then, as a grade 12 student, wrote it in French, by the way, because Gabon is a French-speaking country. So I wrote it, printed it, and then the church I was attending back then, there was a university lecturer, a lady. So I presented to her, like, this is what I wrote, this is what in my heart. And then I gave her a script, and then she's like, oh, okay, I will look at it. Then I got my matric, got a scholarship to come to South Africa. I lost touch. We never spoke again. I also put the book away, or that manuscript I wrote in French away, and then I forgot about it. So went to school, new country, new language. You have to do well at school. I completely forgot about the book. Then 2019, COVID, 2020, lockdown. And then 2019, I remember the day the president declared total lockdown, I was discharged from the hospital. I just had a miscarriage. So here I am back home crying like, God, what is happening? I have a qualification. I'm not working. Like, that's another story because it took me 10 years to have my South African ID. So without an ID, I would not work. But at least I took time to stay home with my kids and, nurture my kids. But then now I wanted to work. I couldn't work because I did not have an ID. And then here I'm experiencing a miscarriage. So now I'm going back to God and it's like, what is happening? I remember praying for this relationship before saying yes to my husband. So why are all those things happening? So while I'm there praying, crying, and then God is like, the book. I ask you to write a book. Go back to the book. I'm like, the book? Which book? And then I'm, oh, yes, the book. Then I go and look for that manuscript I wrote in grade 12, and then I find it. And then while I'm reading it, I'm laughing, guys, because that was an 18, 19-year-old. And then now I'm a wife, a mother. I have evolved so much. And then there I knew I have to write the book again. So 2021, I officially started writing the book again. And then now it was in English and, So yeah, that's the story behind the book.
Very interesting.
Very.
Your journey is
Quite.
interesting also. Yeah.
Quite. So talk to me, Jimmy. There's when it comes to the dating world, especially in today's age, and the lives or the sort of lives and the kinds of lives that we're living in society in general, there's quite a lot of contributing factors and variable that come into play when it comes to dating. And people will tell you that I'm fluid, I'm this, I'm that. I take it easy. I don't put labels to my relationships. I'm a serial dater. I'm a casual dater. There's just a lot. And a lot of people can't keep up, right? So with your journey and the things that you've gone through personally, why do you believe that dating needs to be discussed from a faith-based perspective? Because when a Musi like myself meets a Jamie somewhere, it's like, hi, how's it going? Great. Hey, look, man, would you mind giving me your number? Yeah, sure, why not? And, we start talking on WhatsApp or whatever, and that's it. And automatically, that comes off as if we've started the journey of Musi and Jamie dating. So why do you believe that dating needs to be discussed from a faith-based perspective?
And I think it's not just the faith-based, it's culture in generally. And you like the example you just gave, Vusi meeting Jamie and then Jamie giving the number. There's nothing wrong with that. This is it's supposed to happen like that. But now when Vusi and Jamie are talking, Jamie will tell Vusi, okay, I'm going to wait until I'm married to sleep with you.
Yes.
And that's what I did. Even with my husband when he came, we were both in the church already. So I think waiting until marriage to have sex was not foreign to him. But I had even higher standards. I told myself I will not kiss until the wedding day. And that's what I told him straight in the relationship. Like, dude, I'm not going to sleep with you and I'm not going to kiss you until we are married. And these are the reasons, okay, we are not married yet. And even kissing, you may say, oh, it's just kissing, but kissing may lead to other things. And I do not want to put fire that I won't be able to to quench. So you need to know yourself, and you need to not be shy. Voice your values, what you want, and if the person is your person, it will stand by it. Because my husband did. We kissed on our wedding day, and we dated for 2 years. You see, so have your standard and don't compromise. If she's the one, she will go through it. If he's the one, he will go through. And I think it's fair enough when you start the relationship to state up from the beginning, those are my values. And then the other one also says, those are my, and then we can see, can we go together? Because that's the point of dating. If we don't match, then, bye-bye, it was nice to meet you.
Yes.
Because that's where soul ties come. I'm going to kiss you, I'm going to sleep with you, and then along the line, we end up not together. Now I have Vusi's, whatever is in him there, in me, that I have to deal with. If you had anger issue, that those anger issues will come into me when the sex action happen. So it's like God is not against us having sex. He's the one who created it. And I always tell people, sex is good, it's great. It's God who created it. It's not a bad thing. It's not a taboo. It's not, something you need to hide or whatever. It's God who created it. And everything he did is beautiful. But just like fire is good when it's in the oven and then we can cook, or it's in the heater, we can warm ourselves. When fire is just, in the plain air like this, it becomes dangerous. The fire needs to be controlled.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with sex. It needs to be controlled. And the mechanisms God created to control the sex, it's marriage. You see, in the book, there is a chapter I spoke about memories, keeping your memories intact. You see. Because I don't have exes. My husband is the only man I've been with. So I can't compare him with anything or anybody else. Because this is what I have. And that's what God wants for us. It doesn't want you to be there and you're married, you're busy saying, now you're comparing your husband or your wife with, somebody you have experienced before. Your memories have been, your memories are no longer intact. So I think whether we are Christian or not Christian, if we start accepting that this thing is not our invention, it's God. So let's do it His way. Like Vusi, you can be the manufacturer of Apple or BM. So you would tell us this is how you need to use this product. This is the manual. This is what you need to do. Like if it's a Toyota, you need to put, I don't know, petrol, or you need to put this type of oil in the car. Don't use this. Use it like that. And Apple, use the Apple like this. Of this iron, use it like this. You are the manufacturer, so you are giving us how to use my product.
Yes.
It's the same thing with God. The sooner we get it like that, the better we can accept, His way. That's why I say the Jesus way of dating and marriage.
You know what, Jenny?
Yeah.
I'm falling in love with your words. Because there's someone listening out there and they're like, you know what? This these are the kind of words I've, been meaning to hear all my life.
Yeah.
Because, society as a whole, they have redefined, how we see relationships.
Yeah.
People have been going through things. And now you're mentioning things like voicing out your values, to someone. And meeting someone like Vusi, you understand? Like you speak to them, you
Moosey.
Yeah.
Moosey.
You understand? So it's those kind of things now that leads us to dating with clarity and confidence, and knowing, where you stand in your life, that you know what, I am waiting for marriage and there is nothing that is going to stop me, and this is where I'm seeing myself, right? So very interesting, because with also your story, you mentioning that your friends used to come to you and cry to you, and in South African context, we're saying "Ugoa." A lot of people, they are going in their relationships, right? And they always need the next person to, just to pour out, how they are feeling. So you talk about, dating with clarity and confidence. And in a time of talking stages, in which it's something that a lot of people, the stages that they they jump, and ghosting. How do we date with real purpose?
I think the first thing is to know who you are first. Because if you don't know who you are, then society, culture, or the person you are dating will define you, will tell you who you are. So the sooner you know your identity and you are strong in it, then you can make informed decision, you see. So early on, I knew what I wanted. And I knew that, like when I was in varsity, they used to call me names. They used to say, "Oh, Sister Mary, oh, you don't want to do this." But I was not moved.
Hey, Sister Mary.
Not at all. I was not moved because I knew who I was, and then I knew where I wanted to go, you see. So that it starts there. And the first chapter of the book is, know who you are. Know who you are, and also know your purpose. That's chapter 2 of the book. Because when you know your purpose gives you direction. When you know what is it that you want to accomplish in life, then it gives you direction. You know that I'm not here to play. I'm not here to waste my time. And then I'm not going to compromise because I know my purpose. I know my identity. So I will say start there. If you are confused about your identity, if you are confused about what is it that you want to do in life, I always tell people, none of us are mistakes. Even if your parent did not plan for you to be here, God planned for you to be here. They are just vessels. So the moment you are here, and as long as you are here on earth, you are breathing, there's still something God wants to do through your life. So what is it that God wants to do with your life? That's where you go back to God and like, God, what is it that you want to do through my life? You see, although I grew up in the church, but for a long period of time, I also got it wrong because I used to think maybe God wants me to be a pastor, or I don't know, a mom Wuti, It's only during also those years of COVID where I went back to God and it's like, okay, then how do you want to use my life? What did you create me for? You see, and from there, I've got more clarity and more clarity. And when clarity comes, purpose aligned, you become determined, you have a vision. The Bible says, write the vision, and walk through it or walk by it. So the first thing I would say, know who you are. And the second thing I would say, know your purpose.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Awesome, man. So what would you say to someone that keeps on finding, I could say, maybe the wrong partner, and they find themselves in the same continuous toxic cycle? How is one supposed to navigate the way around that, or away from it, rather?
Yeah. There's a chapter in the book. It's how to know he or she is the one. And then red flag you should not ignore. I always tell people that the red flags are always there, but we choose not to see them. We turn them pink, but they are red. And also, don't love relationship or the idea of marriage more than you love your own purpose. You see, marriage is a blessing, and God does everything in His time. His time, not our time. You see. For some of us, marriage comes early. For others, it comes late. But we need to be content. Contentment is the key, because I think what makes us go into those same pattern is because we love the idea of relationship and we don't work on ourselves, because when you see that pattern that no, really, I've been dating this same kind of girls or guy, you need to take a step back and go back to your relationship with God. Guys, God still speaks. The Holy Spirit is still alive. He speaks loud and clear. You see, so go back to him and ask him, like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Or what is it that I'm doing? Where am I missing? But it's for you to not date. Go back and discover yourself. Know who you are, your purpose. And then when you go back out there again and put yourself out there and date, do it the God way now. It's like even when the guy comes and approach you and you feel like, yeah, he's my type or he's cute, I really like him. But go back to God. What do I do now? Which type of question, and then get books. We spend so much time on Netflix, we watch series for days, but read book. Look for YouTube that speaks about what you want. If you want something different, try a different pattern. So it's like whatever you've been doing to attract this same, like, do differently. If you used to kiss, try not kiss. If you used to sleep when you're in the try not. And I always tell people, free advice, and I'm gonna say it here: if you're a lady out there or a guy, the number one secret to know if this is going to work, do not sleep with the person. You have your mind clear. You see all the red flags. Do not sleep with the person. You see if he is here to stay or she's here to stay.
Exactly. Jamie, before we let you go, in which it's not the sentence that I'm supposed to use, because I love this conversation, right?
Thank you.
So your book invites us to shift the way we think about dating. And I know that people have a lot of concepts and what they think dating is all about. What is the biggest mindset change you want readers to walk away with?
The first one, or even the only one, like you said, you need to renew your mind and start seeing dating, relationship, sex, marriage, family as God creation. It's not man creation. It's not society. It's not Hollywood. It's God. God is the invention of this thing called sex. And as the inventor of that, he has given us a manual. So the sooner we learn to do this his way, the better we will do when it comes to dating.
So there are some of the questions that came in while you were speaking, right? So let me just go through them. The first one comes from Hector, right? Saying he's confused. Dating Jesus' way is what you said, and you said Jesus created sex, and he thought Jesus was a virgin and died as a virgin.
When I'm saying Jesus' way, I'm not talking about Jesus, God in flesh. Remember, we are talking about kingdom mentality here.
Eish.
I think that's why people confuse religion and kingdom. Christianity is not a religion. It's a kingdom mentality. When Jesus came as God, but with a flesh.
Yeah.
So it's like Jesus is God in flesh. So he represents a kingdom, he represents a government, and that's the government of heaven. So when I'm talking about dating the Jesus way, I'm talking about mentality, mindset, way of doing, philosophy. So that's what I mean by not the Jesus, the body, because when he created the institution of marriage, then he wanted that institution to happen in a certain way. Although in the Bible you won't see the word dating, there are images of courtship, moving from singleness to marriage, So that's what I'm referring to, like the mentality, the philosophy.
I hope that Mr. Hector, wherever he is, you are answered, my good sir.
Yeah.
And then Ms. Nelly Swamni comes through saying soul tie is real. And then Hector comes back and say, how many chapters are in your book?
I have 19. Let me just confirm. But yes, it's 19 chapters. But they are. I tried to make them short. The whole book it's 146 pages. So yeah, it's if you are a reader, you can read it in less than a week. And if you are not a reader, you can read it in definitely less than a month.
Yeah, that is a book that we actually need to get ourselves and read out loud right here on the show, right? And then Nelisa comes through say, when I started loving myself, I started loving better.
Yeah.
And then Hector says, would one say this is a book or a Bible? Because I get this vision that she's correcting the Bible.
Or maybe quoting the Bible.
Quoting the Bible.
Not at all. It's not the Bible. But then when I'm raising a point, I went to look for Bible scriptures to support a point. You see, like the Bible says, do not awake love before time. You see. So there's a chapter in the book where actually says that, like, don't awake love before time. You see, developing your wholeness in your singleness. How to attract the husband or the wife of your dream. So they are Bible verse to support the idea and the chapters.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of where people can find you, where can they find the book, the copy of the book, and social media, your number and things like that, please share them with us.
So on social media, I'm Jamie Forbe, just like you posted recently. So Jamie Forbe on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And then for the book, at the moment, it has to be via WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp number is 076 937 1429. So that's 076 937 1429.
Okay.
Then we can speak on WhatsApp and then we arrange delivery.
Wonderful. Jamie, thank you for reminding us that love isn't only about vibes. It's about visions and making God-led choices. What a powerful, refreshing reminder that love, it's not just a feeling, it's a choice, and not just any choice. Choose who you want with God in the center of it all.
Thank you, guys. I had a good time.
Thank you for your time and enjoy your rest of the day ahead of you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Man, a beautiful
words,
conversation, man, from Jamie Forbe, man, an author of the dating book, right?
Yeah.
And we know that this, it poses a little bit of controversy because we saw the Hector was throwing in
not
those
a little, a whole lot of controversy,
right?
A whole lot of controversy.
But thank you for those interactions and just to share your sentiment on that. So you need to tell us in the comment section, and it's something that we can also discuss with you right here, which is the call to action, right? What's the non-negotiable you have when it comes to choosing a partner, right? And I know that all of us, we do have that thing that we do not negotiate. It's like, hey, my sister, whether you bringing this on the table, I am not going to negotiate anything with that, right? Yeah, so let us hear your thoughts right there if you're watching and listening, man, because we just have a quick poll for you before we take a short break and come back, just to let you digest. And then when we come back, we're just going to summarize the conversation we just had with Jamie, right? So, can you have faith and fire in your dating life? Yes. Balance is the key. First option.
Yeah.
Second option, no. It's either one or the other. And the last one is let Jamie show me how by getting yourself a copy of her book. Right? So let us know. Let us hear your thoughts right there on the Vooka Breakfast Show, because we have learned something that is new. Yes, we have had, people coming in telling us and teaching us about the dating life to say, you know what, man, your past partners, they can help you to connect the dots of who you are. Jamie's like, no, you don't need an ex in your life.
You don't need to kiss. Stay away.
If you have an ex, you are finished.
Hey, you done. Why do you have an ex?
Look, I'll tell you. I'll give her this. It's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting perspective that she is
highlighting,
is taking, right, and giving to people. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that she's cognizant and she realizes that a lot of people are going to oppose her and challenge her perspective.
Yeah.
And she's ready for it. And the other thing that I appreciate is that she does use scripture to back up her points.
Her points, yes.
Or her views, her opinions.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things she said there that I personally don't necessarily agree with. Dating is a very different journey for all of us as individuals.
Yes.
There are late bloomers, people who start dating way later in their lives.
Yeah.
After high school, second, third year of varsity, there are people who start dating in grade 7. And look, I come from a generation where Neredlalabo, JFW, Jola for a week, JFM, Jola for a month.
What?
Nildi came into you. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different things that come into play and act as contributing factors and variables. Your upbringing at home.
Yes.
The type of environment
You're
you grew up
around,
in,
the people
the
you
school
surround
you
yourself.
grew up in, the church that you go to, or even. Are you someone who goes to church? Is your family one that goes? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or faith-based? So there are a lot I think we can come up with and that we can identify and highlight. So all of those things for me are contributing factors to how you're going to be in a relationship eventually, and especially when you get into a marriage. And I get her and I respect it. This thing of saying, I like that she was adamant and she stood in her faith and in her belief, right? And saying, I'm going to wait until my wedding day to kiss. But, there's someone, it can be argued. It can be argued. Look, it can be debated. If you feel and you believe that God wants that, great. Someone can debate and argue with Stephen and say, Chief, you're going to learn how to kiss in marriage. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I'm not trying to. I'm making a ridiculous example to exaggerate the point that I'm trying to make, but this argument.
At the same time, what she said, even though I have not practiced what she said, I really resonate with I grew up in church,
Sure.
So sex before marriage is a sin,
Sure.
I really wish I had practiced all of that, because wouldn't it be a beautiful thing whereby you married, you're learning with your partner on how to be a couple,
Yeah.
I mean, each to their own.
Yeah.
Each to their own. I'm sure there are people who believe that, and there are people who believe the exact opposite.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are people. People have very different
opinions,
not just opinions, perspectives.
Yeah,
to
that's why I
life,
say it's a very interesting
So-
perspective. But I know that a lot of people have failed in executing her perspective
Because of temptation.
the lack of.
Hey, man.
I mean, temptation is one of them, man. But I don't think it's the ultimate. Is it one of the biggest? Sure.
Let's not say a lot,
It
but
is.
yeah.
No, there are a lot, man. There are a lot of things that contribute.
Give us
to,
facts, my brother. Give
Hey,
us
look,
facts,
I don't
my
have
brother.
facts. I'm coming from. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here with some of these points that I'm raising. Because these are some of the challenging points that would be posed to her.
Yeah.
Okay, we hear you, but life works this way, or people believe this and
This
that and the
and
other.
that. Yeah.
Like personally, like I said, there are one or two things that she said that I heard and I understand. I get them. Like for instance, the one that Zinzi raised of saying. Soul ties are a thing.
Soul ties are a thing.
Are
real.
completely a thing.
Yeah.
You know the thing of smelling your partner and they are not around.
And you're like, hey, man.
Man.
Yeah.
I can smell my person.
Yeah.
That's for lack of a better word, and just for
Omen, maybe.
No, for context, it's imprinting. You have exchanged not only yourself and your body, and
that's changed everything.
Chief, you have this
Goes
person
deep
is
within
with
your
you.
senses
Do
also.
you get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? This person is left with you. You are left with them.
Yeah.
One understand that. And there's a thing that an LO teacher of mine said. I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah, I
a
wonder.
long time ago, I was in grade 9 or 10 or something like that. Yeah, Mrs. Gumete. But they are an actual thing, and I believe
Yeah.
in that. You see,
Yeah.
with that one, I agree with her. They are an absolute thing. But a lot of us in society have gotten lost and don't really pay much attention to
Yeah,
it. You're
yeah.
like, man, Chief, it's just sex.
I
man."
mean, imagine
It's just sex.
if humans lived like animals, like wolves. Actually, you know, there's a wolf imprint on each other.
Yeah.
Once the imprint, that's the life partner.
Yeah. If memory serves well, and I stand to be corrected, but I think penguins also have the same thing.
No,
where
is
they
it?
mate for life. Once they've chosen a partner,
Then that's it.
That's the partner
Yeah.
for life.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I'll have to fact check on that. But
Yeah,
if
fact
memory
check on
serves
that
well,
one.
yeah.
But
So-
in case somebody missed it in the, someone at home that's watching, or even Mo, do you
I
remember?
missed my date.
You missed your date. You missed your dates, but guess what? You didn't miss. Today is the 22nd of July, and we highlighted the story of Jerry Boscha, a businessman from Pretoria who was kidnapped in November 2024, and his family is pleading for his safe return. Aimed concerns over potential business dispute. So, hey man, it's one of those things, We highlighted that, and also Donald Trump. What's Donald Trump up to, man? Why is he fighting these things of the names and stuff? Like,
That's the
no,
thing,
man, let the name
There's-
go, bro.
Yeah, it's a sports code, and I think with me not agreeing with him with most of the things, I think on this one I would have to, because if someone comes to Dobsonville and say we are going to take or we are going to change a certain place that we have known, for years and years, and we're going to change it. When residents stand up and say, no, guys, you can't change the name because this name, it's deeply rooted into our culture.
It's the one.
Yeah, so or with a sports code, man, you never mess with those things.
Man.
It's things that live within us. It's the culture, it's the tradition, and for us to remind ourselves of where we come from, we need to practice those things. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Yeah, interesting, man. So we're still getting your sentiments, because I think this one is a very controversial conversation we've just had. Because yes, each to their own.
It is, yeah.
And of course, there are some of the comments that were coming in right there. So I saw you, Hector, coming in. Greeting us, of course. Vooka Nation. Good morning, man. I hope that you are good, because you got in and you're like, strike through,
Straight into it.
I understand. And I saw Neliswa also coming through saying a very good morning to the Vooka Nation. Good morning to everyone who is listening out there. I hope that you are enjoying these conversations that we're having, and we will also like to hear from you. But let me track back, because we spoke about this robotaxi of Elon Musk, right?
Yeah,
and
man.
Zinzi
And we have a comment
came through to just give us her sentiment on what she thinks. So she says this robotaxi will be a disaster with the high rate of car theft, hijack, and this will be an opportunity for them unless the tracking and security is super advanced. And I think it's some of the things that they always think about, that if you're going to, create a concept or a car that is driverless, one of the things that you need to think of is safety of
Safety
the car.
first, yeah.
Yeah, because when it's there on the robots, obviously someone might attempt.
I do think with the Tesla, like Tesla as a whole, if not just the taxi, with self-driving cars, man, they are. I'd say they are safe because they sensors,
Yeah.
When there's a robot, they stop. When there's a human in front of them, they slow down to a point whereby they stop. Yeah. And when it comes to the car theft, I don't think they can steal, because it doesn't have a steering wheel. Let's start there. So how are you going to steal a car that doesn't have pedals?
It's controlled. It's controlled remotely. Like, there's cams, dude. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, they can easily switch off everything or drain the petrol or whatever gas that's in the car. So I think when it comes to hijacking the car, it's going to be impossible unless you
not impossible per se. In future, it might be possible because there's hackers. Yes,
hackers, yeah.
Yes.
Not
not these people that come with the, you get me.
Yeah.
So it's that. So yeah.
So interesting, man, interesting. And of course, going back, to the conversation that we're having with Jamie, because Hector is a person who gave
Hector
too much,
is,
and we're like,
I like
what,
the
man?
interaction. I like the interaction.
I think we need to call him in, right?
Yeah, at one day.
One day. We are calling Hector
right now. Oh, okay, okay.
So let me try to call Hector because there's some of the things that he doesn't agree with. It's like,
call him. Let's have him. Let's have him.
What do you
on the
mean,
chat?
Jesus way? You understand those kind of things?
Because he also just commented now.
Yeah, so he commented and he told us, man. He spoke with us.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that he.
Hello.
Mr. Hector, you are live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. How are you doing, my good sir?
I'm okay, and yourself?
Man, we are good. We are good.
Hector.
And happy to hear from you, man. Because we
Yeah.
were just in conversation with Jamie Forbey, an author of the dating book. And you had some few sentiments
You
to
had
share.
insights. You had insights.
And you were disagreeing. So I want us to, let's talk about it. Let us debunk this whole situation on what are your thoughts, on what she shared with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, her experience, it's based on her. We have different experience. I would say different strikes for different people.
Folks, yeah.
But her statement, it has some loops or questions based on the book.
Wait, Hector.
Because her experience.
Sorry, Mr. Hector. Would you mind quoting what she said? Because she said quite a number of things. Would you mind quoting the one that you don't really resonate with?
Jesus, and then Lord. It's two. I would say it's two different people. She said Jesus.
The Jesus way,
created
dating.
sex.
Jesus is the way.
Okay.
No. She said Jesus created sex. So, to my surprise, I thought God created heaven and earth and all, but another debate for another day.
Okay, yeah.
True. Because I think with this shows that we all have different experiences on how we view the world.
Yeah.
The perspectives that we
Perspectives are
always
different.
have.
Yeah.
Because one would say, no, God created these things for us. It's the wholeness. It's the interconnectedness of things. So for us to divide ourselves or for us to separate ourselves from the biology that we have been born into. Because life doesn't have a manual, right? But I do hear you. So do you go with the statement sex before marriage is a sin?
In this day and age, in my experience, I would say, let me not answer that one.
Okay, respectfully so. Okay,
but
because the life that we engage ourselves in, and the things that we engage ourselves in are different.
It's different, yeah.
Also, the times changes. So,
yeah,
I would say you should test drive the car before you buy the car.
I will TK.
Test drive the car. That's
Look, I mean, that's why I was saying more. Her perspective is interesting for the most part.
Yes.
But it poses a lot of opposition for a lot of people in society, But anyway, I hear what you're saying, TK. Like you said, different strokes for different folks.
Man. Yeah, and of course, man, in conclusion, let's say, okay, are you patient or impatient?
Impatient.
Okay, so I think that defeats the purpose of me asking that if someone comes and say, Hector, let's wait for marriage, you're like, my sister, I need to drive the car before I know it's the right one.
Yeah, hence there are a lot of dealerships. You can go to Honda, you can go to VW, Audi. You know, it depends on the budget.
Depends on the budget. That's Mr. Hector.
No, but I hear you.
Yeah, but you have a very, very interesting insights, interesting perspective. Yeah.
And this is where we're gonna say thank you so much, Mr. Hector. Thank you for sharing, your view and your perspective. We really, really appreciate it, man. So have a good day ahead of you, and stay tuned, of course, man.
I'm always tuned in. I was from Newcastle this morning, so I couldn't miss the show.
Yeah.
So after the show, I'll just have a rest.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Hector TK Takalane, man.
Yeah,
right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
That was the man, dude.
Yeah, man. Giving us in terms of what he thinks, man. Because guys, marriage is a blessing.
Yeah.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing to hold on.
Ish, man.
She who finds a husband finds a good thing to hold on.
And receives favor from the Lord.
From the Lord.
So, when I look back, man, I started making money when
you had a wife.
But serious, no.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
So is the statement?
Man.
So is the statement? Cooper, please the thingy, the echo there, Mr. B. So is the statement implying that he or she who doesn't find a wife or a husband will not find favor from the Lord?
Nope.
It is not good for men to be alone.
That's projecting.
No, I'm just asking because it sounds like it. And I'll take you back to another statement. And this is something that I've posted on Facebook as well. And someone who's watching, her sister came in on the comment section on my post. We'll get into it on another day. The statement of happy wife, happy life. Right? So does it imply that whether or not the husband is happy in the relationship or in the marriage, it only applies whether or not the wife is happy, and the wife is the one who's always supposed to be happy, so that the life can be happy. So does it mean that if you as the husband are happy or not, only if your wife is happy, then life will be happy. It doesn't matter, Chief.
Okay. Listen to this, though. Listen to this. I hear that statement, the question you're asking, right?
Yeah.
When your wife is happy, are you not then happy also? If your wife is going through stress, that stress is reflected on who? You, right? So if she's happy and she's happy, that means you are.
So if she's happy and I'm not,
then it's a you problem. You guys have to figure it out.
It's a what?
No,
it's a what?
like you guys, Moose. Come on, man. Come on, Moose. Come on, Moose. This is the whole thing of marriage is to make one, right? To make
connection,
one, right?
Because emotions are also contagious. If I am happy, it's easy for me to fill the room with happiness.
Yeah.
You understand?
I can bring you down.
We don't have. We're not receiving you.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Okay.
if one is unhappy, they will bring the other one down. It's called contamination.
Wait. Rephrase.
If the other one's not happy, and the other one is,
Yeah.
the one that's not happy will make the other one unhappy.
Yeah,
Unhappy.
bringing them down, right?
Contaminate.
Yeah.
Contamination.
So
COVID-19.
Or a potato that's rotten and the bag won't spoil.
it will spoil. Yes.
So
Yes.
let's ask the insinuation behind these statements. And I'm not saying this is what I believe in, but these are things that can be posed as debates or discussions.
Yes.
Or arguments for
most
the
definitely.
statement.
don't
Most
think-
definitely.
I don't
And
think
I
it's like
I get it. Yes, if you're if your wife is happy, does it automatically mean that you have to be happy as well?
It doesn't mean I have to. It means I'm happy as well.
Automatically.
Yeah, bro.
So I can't be sad for
okay.
whatever.
It's the same. It's the same as me saying, happy husband, happy.
But there isn't a
household.
saying like that, Chief. That's the thing.
Oh,
That's where I'm coming from.
That's what you're fighting
There isn't
for.
a saying
You're
like
fighting
that.
off the sayings.
Is the insinuation that as the husband, it matters not whether you are happy or not. Only if the wife is happy, then the life will be happy.
No, man. Okay, Moose. Okay.
Is it not?
Are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Well,
the time you were. Okay. In the complicated or the last one.
No, but this we're talking about marriage, not relationship.
No, that before we get to marriage, we have to be courting, right? Yeah.
No, but okay, sure, I get it. Can we agree that there's a distinguishing thing between a relationship, mojolo, right, dating, however you want to phrase it, and marriage? Is there a difference between the two?
Yeah, there is.
There
I
is,
mean,
right?
one leads to the
sure,
other.
Great, I give you it. I grant you that absolutely, and I agree with it. But the statement, is it all encompassing of all sorts of relationships?
Yeah.
Or does it specify that happy wife, happy life?
It's
Not
for all
happy
relationships.
Girlfriend or happy partner.
It's for all relationships.
Or happy ship that we are on.
Even friendships.
Ah, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the other party is happy,
Then the friendship is healthy.
reciprocate.
Yeah.
It will keep flowing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't come to you as a friend and be in my feels and be upset.
Well, we're not saying
if
you can't.
Yeah, but for me, that's what the
No,
statement
we're
is
saying if
insinuating.
you come unhappy and I'm happy, you are unhappy, automatically I
So it's
feel,
automatic.
Listen, bro.
It's manual.
Please listen. Okay, this is a
this
topic.
one-
We'll
this
have
one,
this discussion
we'll-
another
we'll
time.
come
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
it, way before we are going to be joined by our next guest, Dr. Zozibini Ayanda Mhlaba, who's a dynamic young medical doctor. So I think this is a conversation a lot of people should be staying for, as she is living with inflammatory bowel disease herself, and she is a doctor. So it's a conversation that we're going to be getting into shortly. But for now, as we're still having these conversations, thought-provoking conversation. Happy wife, happy life.
Hey,
yeah. So
please give Moose the answers on the comment section.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice when we have different perspectives to these kind of things.
Yeah,
But
it is.
Let's go to another discussion that I want to bring to the table, and it involves all of the people who are watching. Just let us know, because it also mixes with what we have been speaking about, right? Taking credit for someone's success and also their failures too, because there are people that we know. When it's nice, Chief, you are always there.
Credit.
You are always there. But when it's not, you are not.
You're not.
Right? So, do you take credit for someone's success and their failures too? Saying, because today is teammate day, that when we are successful as a Vooka team, we say, you know what?
The team.
We did it.
Yeah.
Or I did it. But now, when we fail here,
you're like, no.
You guys did it.
You guys,
You guys did it, right? So, ever had someone bask in the glory of a team, winner they barely contributed to, or watch someone dodge a blame when things go south? Even though they were steering the ship, it's the classic credit versus accountability dilemma that we always face in our everyday today life. It's more common than we think, right? So in South Africa, we pride ourselves on Ubuntu, the belief that I am because we are. It's a philosophy that encourages shared success and collective responsibility. But in modern workplaces, especially in leadership roles like yours, the lines can blur, right? When a project succeeds, who gets the praise? And when it fails, who shoulders the blame? Think about a vendor rollout or a supplier deal gone wrong. If the team nailed it, the MD might be applauded. But if it flops, fingers point fast. Is that fair? Is it fair?
No, man. So, think about a vendor rolling out and a supplier deal gone wrong. If the team nailed it, the MD might be applauded. But if it flops, fingers point fast. Is it fair? Obviously, it's not fair. Okay, well, that's the way I see it. It's not fair. I mean, why is it not fair? It's not fair in this term, right? In this sense, bro. The deal went nice, and then all of a sudden we all made it. We all did it.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't go well, there's someone pointing a finger to say, nah, it didn't go well because you know, or, you know.
So let me put a twist on that. What happens when someone only shows up for the wins? They're loud when things go right, silent when things go wrong. And that is not leadership, of course, as we are highlighting. That's spotlight and chasing. And obviously, on the flip side, some people carry the weight of failures they didn't cause, just because they are the ones who care enough to fix things. And that's emotional labor. And it is training, right? So now, just by resolving it and bringing it back to us, and just to share some 2 cents, true leadership means owning both the highs and the lows. It's about saying, we did this together. When things go well, let's fix it. Let's fix together. And when they don't, taking credit for success is easy, but taking responsibility for failure, that's where characters show. In fact, studies show that leaders who admit mistakes and share credit build more trust and loyalty in their teams. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Right? So here is the question. Do you believe people should take equal credit for both success and failure? Or is it okay to only own the wins? Right? So let us know. I think it's the question that we are going to answer after a conversation we are about to have with Doctor. So right there on YouTube, please drop your thoughts by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Let us know what you think, man, because we always care about your thoughts, you know, and your 2 cents. But with that being said, 27 minutes past 9, and we're about to be joined by Dr. Zozibini Ayanda Mhlaba, who's a dynamic young medical doctor and health equity advocate from UG in the Eastern Cape, a graduate of the University of Cape Town with a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. She brings both lived experiences and clinical expertise to the forefront of her practice, living with inflammatory bowel disease herself. Dr. Mhlaba has transformed a personal health challenge into a powerful driver for systemic change, dedicating her voice and work to underrepresented communities affected by these chronic illnesses. Known for her empathy, community-driven ethos, and advocacy for equitable access to care, Ayanda is deeply involved in health outreach, from cervical cancer screenings in rural villages to mobilized clinics with Shauko during her student years. Right? We are talking gut health today. Not the sexiest topic on TikTok, maybe, but trust me, it's trending when it counts. From brain fog to breakdowns, mood swings to metabolism, it all begins in your belly. So joining us is a powerhouse in the scraps, Dr. Zozibini Ayanda Mhlaba. A very good morning to you. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. It's such a pleasure to be on your show this morning. It's a very big privilege. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah. We are excited and happy to have you and just to get into the conversation. And right now, there are people who are watching and listening. And now they're asking, themselves, as much as I have read everything about you, you are going to, get us through in terms of what is it that you really, really do, right? So for someone who missed what I've just read, can you please, you yourself, let them know what you do?
Okay, as you mentioned, my name is Zozibini Mhlaba. I am from Yugi in the Eastern Cape. It's a very small but beautiful town in the Eastern Cape. I was raised there. I went to varsity in the University of Cape Town. Just recently completed my community service, and I have joined IBD Africa, which is a nonprofit organization that works to improve people's lives living with inflammatory bowel disease in South Africa and in Africa generally, through mainly research, advocacy, and education. So I'm not a gastroenterologist or a specialist by no means. I am still quite new in this field, but I'm hoping I can share some insight as to what inflammatory bowel disease is, importance of gut health, and all that. Another disclaimer, I'm also not a dietitian, so
Good.
I'll try and give as much information as I can based on the experience that I have both as a patient and as a medical professional.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that introduction. And of course, before we get into the things, we are going to get deep into this conversation to the bottom of it. My name is Moiketi Maiman, and I'm joined by Musi and also Steven right here. So we will be, asking questions
Hi.
that make our gut feelings feel better. So, Doc, we are talking about
Yes.
gut right here, and a lot of us, we don't have like a lot of information, and we've never done research with it. So many of us only think about our gut when we are bloated or constipated. But what is gut health, and why should young people even care?
Okay. So that's a very important question. Basically, I would sum up gut health as like the overall well functioning of your gut. Your gut being either your stomach, your intestines, and all the things in your digestive system. And gut health does not just only start and end with whether we're feeling constipated, bloated, or having diarrhea. It encompasses a balance of all the bacteria that's inside your gut and also your general mental and physical well-being, because most of the things start with our gut. So we need to make sure that all of those things are in balance and not to just start thinking about it when things are out of balance, because when we start experiencing those symptoms, it usually means that there's something that's out of balance. So people should be thinking about their gut health as in when everything is in symbiosis, so everything is in balance together. The way that you digest your food, your enteric bacteria that's inside your gut, because all of those things influence the rest of how your body functions. It influences how your brain functions, your energy, your mental health, and your immune system. So it's basically the overall, it's all being in balance and being in check, and not just necessarily focusing when things are out of balance, when we then experience the constipation and the diarrhea and the bloatedness. So I think I'll explain it like that, yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I see also you've spoken openly about living with inflammatory bowel disease. For those who don't know, would you kindly explain what IBD is, and how did it shift your approach to health and, living life as a patient and a doctor and especially as youth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I only found out about inflammatory bowel disease as well when I got diagnosed. I still remember when I was like, oh my God, what is that? And my parents were like, oh my word, is my child gonna die? So IBD, or inflammatory bowel disease, is a condition that is mainly comprised of two conditions. Namely being ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Ulcerative colitis, also people will maybe know it as colitis or UC, and Crohn's disease being known as CD. So basically what inflammatory bowel disease means is that your immune system basically, checks out. There's an imbalance in how your immune system reacts to your gut. So your gut either being from your esophagus right down to your anus. So these conditions are different in the sense that ulcerative colitis only affects your colon, which is the big bowel, and then your Crohn's disease can affect anywhere from your digestive tract, so from your mouth all the way down to your anus. So it basically means that your immune system, for some reason, starts attacking all the cells that make up your digestive system, which then leads to inflammation, and then that inflammation leads to people experiencing symptoms such as diarrhea, abdominal pains, and cramping, and then people also get bloody diarrhea and all of that. So that's basically what inflammatory bowel disease is, that constellation of those two conditions being UC and Crohn's disease, which lead to inflammation and then all these symptoms that I've then said. So that's what IBD basically is. A lot of people maybe might confuse it with something that's called IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. So the difference with that is that IBD is an autoimmune condition, and you can basically see that there's structurally there's something wrong within the gut, and IBS is more like a functional dysregulation of the gut. So that's basically what it is. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Okay. So that's a very important question. And, in society, it's not so easy talking about, your poop and like all your symptoms that you're like feeling. So I think it starts with first realizing that, it's okay to talk about such things, and like we need to be open and create environments where people are able to fully talk about everything that's going on with their health. So I think my advice is, whenever you notice that there's something you're not feeling that's completely right with your body, you need to seek like medical advice. Don't just think no, it's gonna go away, and then you wait and until such a time when maybe it's like you've waited for too long. So immediately when you experience symptoms that you don't normally experience, it's always better to seek medical attention, because then there's someone will be able to tell you, okay, no, this is what we have to do, and then maybe they can be able to give you advice as to what you need to do moving forward, rather than sitting at home and just thinking that no, it's gonna go away by itself. So I think all of that then starts with you knowing your body and being able to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is wrong with my body. I'm not liking what's going on. And also society creating a space where people are able to talk about their gut health and stuff that's going on. So I think for me, also in the beginning, I thought, no, my symptoms are gone away. I thought are gonna go away. I thought I was just stressed and it's gonna go away. It's not gonna go away until you do something about it. So the first step is to seek medical attention and then make sure that you get all the necessary advice that you need. So I think that's the first starting step. Yeah. Okay. So symptoms can vary amongst people, but like the most common symptoms that people will feel is they'll have abdominal pains and crampings. Other people will have like bloody diarrhea. A lot of other people will just say, no, I was just feeling so fatigued and just always tired all the time. So it's mostly like gut related thing if it starts in your gut. But maybe with other people who maybe have Crohn's, other people will say, no, I had this non-healing ulcer in my mouth, or I like maybe had like a sore at the back of my anus, and then I didn't know what that was all about. So it can either be specifically related to your gut with the abdominal pains and cramping and then the bloody diarrhea, or it can be like you're just feeling fatigued and all. But with IBD, we also get what's called extra-intestinal manifestations of the disease. So other conditions that can be linked to autoimmune conditions. So things like psoriasis and eczema and ankylosing spondylitis. So maybe some other people might start with those autoimmune conditions, and then maybe down the line they also start developing symptoms that are related to IBD. But it mostly starts with like your digestive symptoms, so the abdominal cramping, the bloody diarrhea. Or sometimes other people will get maybe like they'll say, I just saw like there was a lot of mucus in my stool associated with the cramping as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Powerful,
very, very interesting stuff. Completely. And I think more light needs to be, shown on these kinds of medical difficulties, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, most def.
And I really resonate when you say that you only also found out a bit more or learned a bit more about it when you yourself went through the challenge of having IBD. I myself will tell you, a couple of years ago, was diagnosed with gastro something with my intestines, and the doctor told me that I have to go for like a mild procedure. I wouldn't have to sleep overnight. So you learn about these things when and only you are affected by them, you know. And I think that's not necessarily, in my very humble 2 cents worth of an opinion, that's not necessarily the greatest of ways to go about learning and being informed and knowledgeable about some of these things, because it's things that affect almost every single one of us on a day-to-day basis, you know, and we take them for
Yeah.
granted. We die, man, hey, man, I am man, you know.
for sure.
But
Yeah.
talk to me. There's this rise in young people in our society of choosing plant-based foods and plant-based diets and all of these things. And sometimes they come off as trends because we saw them trending on TikTok or on various social media platforms. But talk to me. Is it just hype? Or is it something that you and I, as young people, should really consider, or just as people in society in general, should really consider taking more serious and going into these kinds of diets and trying to include them in our day-to-day food intakes and things of that sort?
Yeah, thank you for your question. But I think just to comment on what you're saying about, you know, we only start thinking about things until we experience them. And I think one of the things that our organization tries to do is really educate people. Educate people on what inflammatory bowel disease is, because most of the times, I know with me, I thought, no, you know, it's only for a certain type of people, but it can affect anyone. So I think the work that we're trying to do is educate everyone in society, because you don't know, maybe you have a colleague that has it, you maybe have a family member that has it, and they haven't felt like they can be in a position to share. So basically getting the word out there that, you know, there is this condition, this is how it affects people, this is how you can support those around you. So I think education in that respect is very important, and also, like, you know, bringing to light conditions such as these. So to answer your question, as I said, I'm not a registered dietitian, but I think the most important thing that we need to always focus on is that we need to have a balanced diet. I think, you know, maybe like we just use that word, but it's like important. Your body needs a whole group of nutrients for it to function properly. If you deprive it of one certain type of nutrient or one certain type of food, then you're gonna end up being deficient in something, and then it's gonna, like, you know, affect your health like that. So in terms of plant-based diets, like I said, you just need to make sure that your diet is balanced. I don't think we can necessarily blanket everyone and say only this specific type of diet is going to work for a certain specific type of people. And I think maybe the challenge that we as society we can get hooked into is following trends and what works for someone else. We need to know that our bodies are different. We react to our bodies in different ways. And the most important thing that we always need to remember is that we need to have a balanced diet. It doesn't help if you like only eating lettuce and then all your other nutrients you're not getting, because you're going to eat that lettuce, but then you're not going to get all the other nutrients that you need to have a good healthy gut and a good immune system and a good health overall. So I think, yes, my advice would be, yeah, we need to be more intentional about what we're putting into our bodies, because I think as young people we can get into the thing of wanting to eat what the easiest thing is or what I can grab quickly. But I think being intentional about what you put into your body, if you get like whole fresh foods and a balanced diet, I think that's the best way to go, and not to check on what's trending, but you need to check on what's actually good for you. So I think a good balanced diet is the way to go.
A good, well-balanced diet is a way to go. So, Doc, you've been involved in groundbreaking research through the IBD Africa, you know, focused on underrepresented African population. So, why is that representation so important in healthcare research, especially in disease like the IBD?
So much of what we know about inflammatory bowel disease, we know from research that has been done in North America and Canada. That's where all the research that we know has been done there. So now this becomes, we all know that the challenges that South Africa experiences versus the challenges that people in Canada experience are two totally different things. So we need research that speaks to African people. We need strategies that apply to our people and our system. So I feel research in particularly in something like IBD Africa, which hasn't been very well researched in African populations, is important, because first of all, we don't react to diseases the same. We don't respond to treatments the same. Our challenges are different. Instead in terms of infrastructure, treatment options, specialists, and all those things. So it's important for us to start knowing more about how IBD affects people in Africa, so that we can better treat and manage African patients with IBD with research that has been done on African people. Because it's sometimes very difficult to take research or guidelines that have been done in Europe or America and apply it into contexts that are in African populations. Because as I said, our challenges are different. The way we experience disease is different. So I think that's why such research that we are doing is very important in advancing our healthcare needs. And it's also important in policy making. The more research we have on inflammatory bowel disease and how we know how it affects people or how many people in South Africa are affected can help us to tell the government that, listen, this is what we need to do to help people with IBD, how much money needs to be put into treatment to help people, because we know that treatment most of the time for patients with inflammatory bowel disease is very expensive. So we need all these financial industries and government to know that this is a problem in South Africa and people need help. But we won't be able to know that if we don't do research that's locally relevant. So I think that's why it's important, because it needs to speak to our people, because we are the ones that are affected. Yeah.
I love how you just mentioned IBD Africa, and the fact that the research is not as yet as extensive as it is in countries in perhaps the West and even the North. So
Yes.
And the reason I mention this is because you mentioned that you have done quite a lot of work in just in the space of IBD Africa NPC, and it is focused on alleviating the African perspectives in the global conversation around autoimmune diseases, right? So talk to me, what are some of the key differences or the unique challenges in managing IBD and other autoimmune diseases within the African context as compared to the global North perspectives, because their food intakes and the types of diets that they go on, or just the staple foods that we consume in our societies are quite different. So what are some of those key and unique differences that you might have come across in the work that you've done with the NPC and IBD Africa?
So one of the things we're noticing is that initially people have thought that IBD is only for high income countries, but we're seeing that there's an increase in incidence of IBD in low income countries. This is because, especially countries like South Africa, we're becoming more industrialized. We're adopting much of the similar diets that are being followed in all these other countries. But I think things that are unique to South Africa and maybe other African countries. First, from an IBD perspective, one, we have a very limited number of professionals that are trained in the diagnosis, treatment, and management of inflammatory bowel disease. I can't now know it from the top of my mind how many qualified gastroenterologists there are, but I can tell you that it's very few. Then we move on to things such as equipments that are needed for the diagnosis, endoscopy units that have well-functioning endoscopy things and all of that. And then there's the problem of pathology and radiology, that we don't have enough people trained in that. And especially in our public settings, because we know a lot of professionals are there's no jobs in government, so we're going to move to private. So then where the most need is, people are not getting the help. And then once you finally maybe get a diagnosis, then there's the issue of the treatment with for autoimmune conditions and inflammatory bowel disease. So we know there's things called biologics in the management of IBD, which maybe I won't have time to get into now, but they are very expensive. And in countries that where people are more affluent and they can have access to that, it's easier for them to get access to that. And those treatments are safer, and patients get into remission quicker and all of that. But in countries like South Africa and many other African countries, we're still very very behind in terms of giving patients the treatment that they really need, because it's expensive. Pharmaceutical companies don't want to, most of the time, comes to the forefront with just giving that medication out because they also want to make profit. So there's a whole array of different things that are, unique to African countries that maybe other European or North America maybe don't understand. So those are just to name a few, which is why we do need this research, advocacy, and education, because then we can get a better understanding of what the health needs of people in Africa are.
Very interesting, Doc, things that you are mentioning, because these, it brings me back and reminds me that doctors who go beyond the borders, to help out the communities out there who literally need, the medical assistance they need. So when it comes to beyond, clinical practice, your involvement in the health outreach from cervical cancer, as mentioned, the screenings to mobile clinics, they highlight a strong community-driven ethos that every community need. How do you envision the role of community empowerment, and early diagnosis in transforming health outcomes for chronic illnesses in rural and undeserved areas?
So I think doing my community service in Eastern Cape really opened up my mind a bit. You grow up in the Eastern Cape and you know people are struggling, but it's not until you go into those communities and you actually see how much people are suffering. But I think one of the most important things that I think we can give to people is educating them and also letting them know that their health is also their responsibility, that they also need to be partners in their own health. That yes, we can go do outreaches, but that people also need to partner in their own health and be advocates for themselves and be like, when something is not going right, they also need to have that voice in them to say, I don't like how this is going, this is how it should actually be going. So I think there's a lot of struggling communities in South Africa, but I think South Africans are very resilient. And I think we don't need expensive things to make things work. I used to tell my patients when I was doing outreaches is so what can you do around you that can help you to make your life a bit better. I can't say to someone that lives in deep rural areas go to the gym, but I can say to them, if you're able to take a walk, then that can also help you with your health and all that stuff. So I think being able to identify what you can do with what you have is also very important. Giving people that voice to know that you are also a part of your health. You need to advocate for yourself. You need to know when something is wrong.
Powerful. Doc, before we let you go, we have a question from one of the audience, Uneli. So saying, good morning, Doc. Great topic, I must say. It's insane how the gut plays the biggest role for our health immune system. Please advise on the type of foods I can eat to have a healthy gut, especially as a female.
Especially as a?
As a female.
Okay. So like I said, I think it's important for every person's diet to be tailored to what their needs are, and I think some conversations need to be had with the dietitian who can advise you what to do and exactly how to tailor your diets for you. But like I said, like a balanced diet, you need to have your fruits, vegetables. You need to make sure it's high in fiber. You also need to make sure that you have a lot of protein content in it, and especially as females, because I also work now at the infusion center, we see a lot of people that are iron deficient, especially females. So just making sure that you eat food that has a lot of iron and a lot of protein as a female can also help. But unfortunately, I can't say to you for breakfast, this is what you must eat, for lunch, this is what you must eat. That's something that needs to be tailor-made for each person. But like I said, it's important to just have a balance. So make sure that you're eating your fruits, you're eating your vegetables, and you're eating your protein. And this doesn't mean it has to be expensive things. You can get things within your budget that can get you where you need to be. You just need to be intentional about it.
I hope that Nelly, so wherever she is answered. And thank you for that,
Yeah.
Doc. So before we let you go, Doc, tell us where those who want to choose doing better with their health can find you or get in touch with you to start their journey.
Okay, so we have a upcoming event for maybe your listeners who have family members in KZN. Our patient meeting happening on the 2nd of August. So that's for people who are living with inflammatory bowel diseases, just want to know more. So information is on our website, ibdafrica.org. You can also maybe send us an email at info@ibdafrica.org. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us there. We're happy to answer any questions that people have. And
So Doc, this is where we're going to end our conversation, and thank you so much for schooling us, and also
thank you so
inspiring
much
us.
for having me. I feel like I had so much to say, but maybe next time we can have a longer conversation.
Definitely. I think this really begs that we have you again, and hopefully, God willing, you can make it physically to the studio. I think that would be great. Yeah, I think that would be great, so that we delve deeper into this conversation, And like I said earlier, this is something that not just the youth, but everyone in general, men, women, children, we need to be educated and knowledgeable and informed about, such things, because we take them for granted, and only later when you are affected or you have a friend or a family member or someone you're close with is affected by it, that's when you start taking note and cognizance of it, and trying to find out a bit more, how can you prevent it, how can you make it better, and all of those things. But like Mo said, thank you so much for schooling us. But before we let you go, where can someone find you? Facebook, all of those things, number and email address and things of that sort.
So our email address is info@ibdafrica.org. If people want, they can reach me there. I'm also on Instagram. It's Zosbini_M, but Inflammatory Bowel Disease Africa is also on Instagram as IBD_Africa, and on Facebook, Inflammatory Bowel Disease Africa. So you can send us a message on Facebook or inbox us on DM us on Instagram. We're happy to help, and also on our website www.ibdafrica.org. Then you'll find our number there if you want to give us a call, or you can email us if that's easier. I will be on the other side of that email, so I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. So I'm the one handling that. So if you have a question, you can pop us an email or give us a call or send us a message on Facebook or Instagram. I will gladly respond to any questions that come.
Thank you so much, Doc, and have a good day ahead of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you. Much
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Dr. Zosibini Mhlaba, a medical officer, researcher in IBD Africa and PC. A very interesting conversation, and my gut feeling told me that this was going to be a good conversation.
Yeah, your gut feeling.
I had a great gut feeling.
Gut feeling.
Look, man, Vooka Nation, talk to us, man.
Yeah.
As you go through the rest of this Tuesday, ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do to be kinder to my gut, right? Whether it's swapping that junk for some greens, and this takes me back to 2018, where I used to tell people, you must eat greens. So whether it's swapping the junk food, that sweet, that packet of chips for some greens, or finally booking the doctor's appointment like I should have done months and months ago, your body will absolutely thank you. So perhaps if you have missed this conversation, you can go back to it and check it out, of course, on our YouTube channel. That is the Vooka Breakfast Show. Right after this stream, of course, I'm sure in about 24 hours, or in like 12 hours time, you should have it available and ready to go for your viewing and listening pleasure. Zosibini Mhlaba gave us so much knowledge, for you and I to go forth in our lives in taking care of our Guts. So with that being said, the time right about now is exactly 10 o'clock on the dot on the 22nd of July, 2025, a Tuesday morning,
Yes,
where we
sir.
choose great vibes, where we choose positivity, where we choose all-encompassing, compelling and thought-provoking conversations, discussions with great people like Abozo Zibini. And man, we hope that during this entire morning, hanging out with us, spending some time with us, you've learned a thing or two, and you can go on in your life and include and make use of all of this information that you got from the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, man. Also, don't forget to check out the Morning Brew, which is the Vooka Daily newspaper. You know, where you get your information, man. Your morning energy to start the day off nicely, man. Don't forget to check that out. And this is the boy LXRD_47 with Steven. Nothing is ever even. Yes, sir. I kill it with that one.
Yeah, so I think that is where we are going to end it, man. And it was nice being with you, chilling with you on this wonderful morning.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
it's still in the morning, and I see some of you are enjoying that. The little bambinos are at school right now.
The bambinos
are at school,
Hey,
but
it's
hey,
nice and
2 o'clock
quiet,
is
Chief.
here.
Nice and quiet.
2
They're
o'clock
coming
is
back.
here.
They're coming back. You're gonna start hearing.
I still have like
Cappuccino,
4 or 5 hours until they come back. So
Yeah,
we
but I
can-
think it's the time to show them some love, because today, man, it's teammate. You can even team up with the little ones. You know,
to
it's
do
not.
what?
Yeah.
To do what?
To do greatness, man.
What?
Yeah, we're teaming
Come
up
on,
to
man.
do the homework,
teaming
man.
Teaming up to say, hey, you back from school?
Hey.
And I have my things, so please don't bother me, right? Let's be teammates.
Yeah.
You do your homework. If you need assistance, you can
Just-
come and call me. And stop, please, running around.
Yeah.
Please.
And also, please stop
running
playing
around.
that thing, man.
Understand? Love them, man. Love
hate
those
that game.
bambinos, man.
Cappuccino, one
No, bro, I don't like it. I discovered it yesterday.
Really?
Mo was showing me. I was like,
I hate that
bro,
game.
I don't like it at all.
I hate that
I hate
game.
it. It's irritating.
Hate
Yo,
this.
not even hate, bro. I think hate is a light. I loathe it. I loathe it.
Ah, guys.
I loathe
What's
it.
the word I'm looking for? I'm losing the word that I'm looking
Yo,
for.
bruh,
But this,
I loathe it.
not confusing, but they
They're rotting the kids' brains.
yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah, that's why it's called the brain
Brain rot. I mean, listen to the.
So you're asking
name of
yourself,
it.
we're speaking. What are we actually speaking about? So if you go on YouTube or TikTok,
Go on TikTok.
Yeah, just
check it out.
type on search. Just type a brain rot rap. You know, this is what kids are up to nowadays. Cappuccino camadillo, crocodilo amadillo.
King, idiot.
Tun, tun, tun,
Hey,
tun, tun.
bruh. Yo. Tung. Aye, man. Aye. Tung, signing out.
So
But
they are
look,
coming.
man.
They are coming back. 1 o'clock. Fix those charge tablets, please, for the kids.
Yeah,
Charge the
that's-
tablets for the
that's a
kids.
thing.
Yo, I
so
feel
that
sorry.
you can keep
That's
them
a thing.
busy. And the Wi-Fi must be on. If there's no electricity, go and protest. Chesa le taera.
Stop.
Chesa le- But yeah, man, Afrowave
man.
sounds coming through right
Yes, I
there
was
on,
about to say.
You know, on YouTube, man, say great gutting conversations every day.
Yeah.
Understand? So, you know,
But you see, people like Afro Waves, they come in once in a while, Chief. And Chief, you need to comment all day, every day.
Afro waves.
You
come in every day. Watch
you
every
need to
day,
comment
bruh.
every day, man. And then
Yeah.
a bit earlier on, TK came through, Hector Takalani, saying, Doc, with all you said, most of the things are a learning curve. How expensive is it to see a doctor in that field?
Yeah.
I think it would have been a great one.
That
for
was gonna be a
Ayanda
great
to
question.
answer. And then he came back again and said, does IBD do outreach community work? So maybe these are some of the questions we can pose.
So on that question,
Sure.
she answered that. She answered that.
Did she?
They had an outreach. Yeah. They went to a community in
All
Eastern
right,
Cape.
yes.
Yeah.
You're right, Stephen. Yeah, man. So those are some of the engagements we got. But I'm seeing quite a few of you have been hanging out with us this morning, and I love it. I love the engagement. I know 1 or 2 people texted me on my personal WhatsApp saying that they are watching and stuff, or they'll watch later because they are busy. But we'd love to hear or see your engagement, man. It might not be on the comment section. Maybe do it private using the number for our WhatsApp line, right? The number is 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. We would love to hear your interaction, hear your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between, man. That engagement is very vital and important, of course. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Afro Sound saying,
coming back saying, Mpanchi.
I'm here every day.
Hey, Papta. How many names do you have, bro?
KG
Hey, man. Different names every day. But yeah, man, we love you, bro. You're part of the team, you know, man.
Shout out, man. Shout out to everyone who was joining us throughout, the conversation throughout the show, and they shared their sentiments, man. We would love to say we really, really appreciate it. It does not only stop here. Yes, it is 106 episodes. More episodes are coming every
106.
weekday from 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. As much as we would love to be with you here, but we have to leave and,
love and leave you.
Yeah, love and leave you.
Yeah,
Right here. So obviously keep up with us on our social media platforms, because we are going to be posting some of the interviews, being cut for you to enjoy, if you are someone who is busy. And also, we have Vooka Breakfast Show on Instagram, Vooka Breakfast Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, right? And X is at Vooka Daily. So, yes, 6 minutes past 10, it is the time, and it was nice being with you throughout. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Yeah. Also, before we close off, there's a poll on YouTube that people can vote as quickly as they can right now. So, can you have faith and fire in a relationship, right? And people are coming through, and 13 votes, of people voted and saying yes.
Most people are saying yes.
53% of the people saying
yes.
Yes. Fire! You understand? You can have faith. You can have fire in the relationship. So, one voted, not one, but 15% said nope. Not sure is 30%, in which is people that are still trying to find themselves, trying to find a stand on where they are. But as the time is still available, you can cast your vote right there. But from me, Wikiti Maiman, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Generator. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by that daily dose of positivity.
I'm actually remembering as you're closing off. What happened? Sharing pictures of me here.
Oh yeah, man. Moose. I will talk about this off cam.
We have to talk because it was online. It wasn't off cam. We didn't talk about it off cam, Chief.
We saw you there behind the drums there, having a nice time,
such
bro.
pictures. Chief, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
Poppy Act, Chief. My people will come for you. My manager will come
so
for
share
you.
the picture and let's reshare it again. Yeah, we
Where
see
did
Mo
you
behind
find
the
this
drums
person?
there.
How do you have this
to do
picture?
the right things, huh?
But
Bro, we have agents. We have agents.
You're hiding.
Yeah, we have agents.
Such pictures about me. I'm a very important individual in the society.
Wherever you go, you must know. If you see a camera, that's our agent, my guy. That's our agent, my guy.
Look, man, this was for DJ Ice's birthday celebration party that took place this past Saturday, and it was a very cool stuff. Unqobile was there. So the lady who's standing next to me is Maria. Yeah, Maria was standing. Maria, no, say to me, it's what Maria. Maria. But it was a good moment. So there's another drum actually in between my legs. On this picture you can't see it necessarily. But let me send another one. Who's about TK?
Hey, TK, send it, TK, send it.
But yeah, man, it was good vibes out there, and as you can see in this picture, I was in the fields, I was in the things, man, doing what I do best, man. Musim is taking care of the people, giving great performances and rhythm to the music, man. Yeah, very proper stuff, man. Yeah. But with that being said, look, we have unpacked the big issues that impact our communities, and of course, we've given you fresh insights, startup moves, and trending entrepreneurial buzz. And today we dove deeper with a special author joining us live because powerful stories spark powerful shifts. All right, very, very cool stuff. So with that being said, from myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist, same time, same place, tomorrow morning, bright and early, only and exclusively right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where radio meets TV. All of this is brought to you by the Blinko Network, taking such good care of you between the hours of 7 and 10 every weekday morning, Monday to Friday. Hanging out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I have been so happy and excited to have been in your presence and in your company. God willing, you and I will see each other tomorrow morning. Stay safe, stay cautious on those roads, stay warm, because it's still winter, and we can't wait to hang out with you again, where we have a great energy exchange and share our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Priscilla Maimane, hey, on YouTube, Priscilla Maimane, coming through there on the YouTube comment section, sharing her heart. I know who Priscilla is actually. I'll tell you off camera who she is. But very, very cool stuff. People jumping in at the end, man. So Priscilla, come so tomorrow morning between 7 and 10. When it hits 7, come through on the Vooka Breakfast Show, and we'll take very good care of you. Cool stuff.